XXXXXX.
Good evening. And welcome to Game Night on Thursday the 24th of July, where I am still having audio gremlins. My stinger is muted. I know the Cryptex audio is fine. I'm just going to try and fix this because it's slightly annoying. And I'd like to fix it. Hello, Dexter. Hello. Right, let me see if we can fix the transition properties. What are you outputting to? Okay, that's working. Monitor and output. I'm just going to transition to something else. Oh, it's working now. And intro video. Not sure, gang. Yeah, I've got a muted channel there. So my audio's just been doing some stuff weird the last couple of streams. Said them with the mic issues last stream, I was a bit sort of worried about it, and it seems to have come sort of full circle again. Anyway, come join the game. If it sounds good your end, that's the main thing. I've got my stinger back. I'm just wondering what my intro video's playing at. Let me just see if I can fix that in studio mode. Properties, local file. It is playing out, and it says it's monitoring it. Can I go to the advanced audio settings from there? I don't know if I can. Dexter, lie down. Forgive me a minute. I'm just going to go back to the audio video because I just want to test some things out. The lobby will still be here when you get back, so just bear with me a minute. Okay, I'll fix it. It just needs to go from monitor and output to output only and then back to monitor and output. Yeah, sorry about that. Now I'll get everything fixed. Come join the game. It's Cryptex starting off this game night on Thursday the 24th of July. I hope everyone is doing well. I have a Twix, which is very exciting. Cola, thank you very much for the 59-month subscription. 59 months. That's very nearly 5 years. Thanks, amazing support. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, pretty much the sound equivalent of turning it off and on again. I thought I'd already done that, to be honest. Yeah, all my audio devices sort of reset. So, and then voice meter was being a pain, and then it wasn't finding the microphone, so yeah. One of those things, I guess. Anyway. Forgive me while I eat my delicious Twix. Oh, slightly melty Twix. How's everyone doing? Hope you've had a good week. It is nearly the weekend. Thursday evening. Yeah, they do. They crop up from time to time. We just sort of roll with it. The stream's so nice it was introed twice. Chat GQPT. What's the Q stand for in that? Stream's so nice it was introed thrice. Nice. Fine, Leeds is a good city. Leeds is good, actually. Is this the latest breaking news? Oh, so it is the room code. Yes. Good spot. I noticed that. Yeah, ChatGQPT. Anyway, 3 games tonight, triple bill of feature games, starting with this Cryptex pack, which comes courtesy of JR, improved by Lewis. I'm assured by Lewis that this is an excellent pack, 7 puzzles long, so it's a sort of classic length Cryptex. How many have we got? Is it 3 in the opening round? Yeah, 3 opening round and then 2 of each of the other 2. So, yeah, lots to look forward to there. A bit later on, we've got Red Herrings by Lingomaniac, and then towards the end of the night, we will be returning to Spotlight with a bit of gallimaufry of various trivia information and categories and stuff. Some new trivia has gone in today, so we're looking forward to seeing all that throws up a bit later on. As ever, you can come and join with the Universal Controller right there, and if you want to come and play Cryptex, the room code is ChatGQPT. Let me say hello to you all. Good evening, Mark and Matt, Lupine and Oni, Prugs, Maxio, JR, Shapes, Tiggo, Solomon, Pyro Pygmies, CJ, SJ. Oh, CJ and SJ next to each other. Nice. Colin, Naughty Goth, ABME, Simpsons Angle, Paulister, Flyboy, Michael, Amy, Samster, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining for what promises to be a super fun triple bill of game night this evening. Only a few more minutes or a few more seconds just to come join the lobby, maybe a minute and 20 seconds. Takes up to about 8:15. And then we'll get on with our first game of the night. Has that died again? No? Still going. Taste of beef. It's a fun moment. So there has been a bug fix in the Cryptex controller in, I think, the second round. That's been fixed, which is very exciting. Anything else to report? I ran 14k yesterday, which was along with nearly 15k, but not quite. It's only 14. What else is happening in the world? Work is busy. Oh yeah, I've been doing some back-end stuff. There's a new penny bank coming soon. There's a VOD channel. Deserve Gold, thank you. Yeah, there's a new VOD channel, which I did post into the on-demand channel. Although I think I've since changed the link. So I don't think, yeah, that one doesn't exist anymore. What a shame.
What a shame.
Yeah, I said that already. Let me see if I can find the link. Is it /website/on-demand? There we go. Right, so if anyone wants to check out the on-demand stuff, there it is. Call you King Midas. Ah, yes, 24 kilometers gold would be good. But yeah, if you've missed out on anything Game Night related in the past, over the past 19 seasons, everything is now on YouTube, and I've put together. I was just using Google Sheet, but it turns out putting that together was not anything like as complicated as I thought. I'd say put together. It was mainly ChatGPT putting it together and me telling it what to do, but it's very good. And then it'll just be hosted on GitHub. Eventually, that'll get integrated into the website with the proper link. So yeah, go have a little peruse of that. At your leisure, if you wanted to see catch up on any old episodes of Game Night. But I mean, why catch up on them when you can play it live, which is what we're going to be doing right now. I said 1:20. I've given you 2:20, so I think it's time to lock the lobby. 25 players in, room for a few more if anyone wants to join. It has got anytime entry here on Cryptex. This is Cryptex. It's been written by JR and proofed by Lewis. Let's see what the game brings tonight. Good luck to you all. Let's lock you in. Okay, here's how to play. In each puzzle, the objective is to crack the Cryptex by taking the indicated letter of each clue and populating it into that position of the Cryptex solution. Clues are delivered in that format there. First of all, you'll be shown the number letter that you're looking for, so the ordinal position within the clue, then the clue itself, and then finally the number of letters within that clue. As I said, there are 3 rounds, decryption, combination, and decipher. We're going to have 3 decryption and then 2 of each of the other 2 in that order. And of course, we'll give you all the round-specific rules as we go, but a reminder that in this game, your spelling must be exact. So do watch what you're typing on the universal controller. So let's go to round number 1. Round 1 is decryption, and in this round you'll get 5 points for each clue you solve, with a penalty of 1 point for incorrect or repeated answers. So 5 points per clue and negative 1 point taken off if you repeat an answer you've already given or if you give me a wrong answer. You can solve clues at any time, even if they are not the current clue, i.e. the clue that's being displayed on broadcast. You will have persisted clues on the universal controller, so if you suddenly get an epiphany 3 clues later, you will be able to go back and fill the clues that are already there at any point before the time runs out. You can also at any point crack the Cryptex before the end of the puzzle for a bonus 10 points. You can crack the Cryptex at any time, and it's worth 10 points at any time. Though, of course, the earlier you solve it, it might make the rest of the clues a little bit easier because you get the Cryptex letters in the diagonal across, which will hopefully give you a bit of an in towards what the rest of those clues are if you're struggling with them. Okay, that's all there is to it. Mind your spelling and have fun. Here is puzzle number 1. And your clue, it's classic Cryptex. Classic Cryptex, 8 letters is the Cryptex category. And your first clue of the puzzle, the Dik is, is a species of this. The Dik is a species of this. Next, the Latin word for silver, where the chemical element gets its symbol from. The Latin word for silver, where the chemical element gets its symbol from. All of the clues in this puzzle are 8 letters, and on this one you want the 4th letter. Curse Toucan, welcome to the stream. Next, American indie rock band formed in Stockton, California in 1989. Okay, no one is solving the Cryptex yet. Halfway through, Occam's razor states that the solution is most often the correct one. Sorry, that this solution is most often the correct one. Occam's razor states that this solution is most often the correct one. 8 letters, you want the third. Time when Cinderella's magic ends. Time when Cinderella's magic ends. There's our first solve. Very well done. And our second and our third. Well done if you've cracked the Cryptex. That's what that noise means. Every time that ping goes off, it means somebody has cracked the Cryptex. I'll tell you who they are at the end of the puzzle. Next one. Bane of Triskaidekaphobics. 8 letters, you want the first. Bane of Triskaidekaphobics. Nailed it. This is the anti-penultimate clue. Penultimate clue now. Sugar commonly derived from cornstarch. 8 letters, you want the 7th. Sugar commonly derived from cornstarch. I knew that was coming, Jay. I've not looked at this pack in detail, but I glanced at it. I saw that one coming, though I didn't try and pronounce it. I just thought, yeah, I'll be able to say that, I'm sure. Final clue there, 1993 sports comedy film about the Jamaican bobsleigh team, Cool Blank. 8 letters, you want the 8th. Remember, the Cryptex category is classic Cryptex. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex or solve any other clues that you haven't yet gotten to. The solution was timeless. Classic Cryptex is timeless. Well done if you got that. The dictic is a species of antelope from where we got the L. The Latin word for silver is argentum, from where we got the E. American indie rock band is pavement, from where we got the other E. Occam's razor states that the simplest solution is most often the correct one, from where we got the M. Midnight is the time when Cinderella's magic ends, from where we got the I. Triskaidekaphobics are a fear, the number 13, from where we got the T. Sugar, commonly derived from cornstarch, is dextrose, from where we got the S. And Cool Runnings was the 1993 sports comedy film, from where we got the S. That's the end of the puzzle. And yes, you lose a point if you get one wrong. So, let's take a look. Yellow if you managed to solve, if you managed to crack the Cryptex, and you'd have gone green if you managed to get a perfect score, and no one managing it this round, which is quite interesting. I appear to have lost my live players count. Let me fix that, because something else is broken. No, you're just not playing nicely today. Hang on, it's not on that one either. What's going on? Oh no, it's view counter, not live players. That's what I wanted. View counter, go away. View counter, come back. Change that to a 9. I'll get rid of the 0. Well, that's not right, is it? I don't think this is a me problem, personally. I think this is a Streamlabs problem. Although I did update Streamlabs and then not log in. So actually, I'm just going to try that. So I don't know what's going on tonight. Clive, welcome on into the game. Let me just log into Streamlabs just on the off chance that it makes the blindest bit of difference. I don't think there's anything else that I'm pulling from the Streamlabs API. I don't think that'd make a difference, but it might do. Can I pause alerts? I can still pause alerts. No, that doesn't seem to have... I don't know. I don't know. We'll never know how many views we've got. I can look now. We've got 42, in case we want to look back in the future. On the future stream. So, yes, there we go. Solomon, Taste of Beef, Matt into the lead with 44. Mark and 2 with 43. Pyro with 41. ABME, Riff and Michael with 40. Ralph, Samster, Fluffy Bunnivore at 39. Shapes and Amy and Ben are on 38. Tigger on 37. Gonna end the day. A Run on 36, Cola on 33, Flyboy on 30, Jogging 29, Prudes and Conrad 23, Polister 19, Simpsons Angle 18, Colin 14, Maxio 10. And yes, I think I saw Clive join the game, so welcome on in, Clive. Let's go on to our next puzzle. Dexter, go away. Okay, the clue, going up, 9 letters. We've got an incremental puzzle starting with this. Oh, very well done to that player who solved immediately. 2 players solving immediately. What mass multiplied by the speed of light squared is equal to in the formula? What mass multiplied by the speed of light squared is equal to in the formula? Next, Windows or Linux? 2 letters, you want the second. And the next one, marking a mistake in a quote. Marking a mistake in a quote. 3 letters, you want the third. So in each of these, the words will be 1 letter longer and you want the last letter of each clue to go into that slot of the Cryptex. A lot of people solving the Cryptex very, very early here. So the next one, closing section of a musical composition. Closing section of a musical composition. And our next, composer of the 1928 work Bolero. That one, if you didn't know it. To the next, encryption machine used by Germany in World War II. 6 letters, you want the 6th? To the next, failure to repay a loan or debt. 7 letters, you want the 7th? Very long hair, just there. Next one, Hasbro game about balancing items on a donkey. Yeah, it's sort of, to be honest, it's a bit lank today. Should probably tie it up. Final clue of the puzzle. Dish of lobster cooked in a rich wine sauce. Sort of rice wine sauce. Dish of lobster cooked in a rich wine sauce. Mind your spelling, gang. Couple of off by ones. Last opportunity, solve any of the other clues that you haven't done so yet, and crack the Cryptex if you haven't done so yet. Going up, it was an escalator. What mass multiplied by the speed of light squared is equal to in this formula? It's E, from where we got the E. Windows or Linux would be an OS, from where we got the S, stands for operating system. Marking or mistake in a quote, SIC, S-I-C, spelt in context, I believe it stands for, from where we got the C. Closing section of a musical composition is a coda, from where we got the A. The Bolero was written by Ravel, not Ravel, but Ravel, from where we got the L. Encryption machine used by the Germans in the Second World War was Enigma, from where we got the A. Failure to repay a loan or a debt is a default, from where we got the T. The Hasbro game about a bucking donkey is called Buckaroo, and the dish of lobster cooked in a rich wine sauce is Thermidor with an I in it, from where we got the R. Is it Latin for thus? Growing up, I always used to think it spelt for spelling incorrect C word. I don't know why. When I was a teenager and I saw the word sick, I thought it was someone just being really rude. Spelling incorrect. C word. So I'm not going to drop to the level of saying the C word on stream, but yeah. So imagine saying that really angrily when it's like the editor putting in. No, but it just means if you're quoting something and it was spelt incorrectly in the original, you put SIC for spelt in context. Or, as Mark is telling us, perhaps thus, although Mark promised he was going to stop correcting me after the chat we had at the weekend. Just saying. Anyway, we've got some green up on the board there, which means we've got some perfect rounds for Mark 2, Michael, Ralph, and Shapes. Very well done indeed there. And everybody cracking the Cryptex. There were some early solves in there. There's a note here from JR, or it might be from Lewis. Having these in order might have a lot of early solves, but as this is one of the rounds that actually cares about number of questions correct, I think it's 5 for this little bit of levity. The fact there's a smiley at the end makes me think that's JR's note. Yes, a sea of yellow. That's not something that we want. Fluffy, welcome on into the stream. Hope you're keeping well. It was, yes. I can't imagine Lewis putting a smiley somehow in the proofing notes. We still don't seem to have a view counter, but that's which is a tremendous shame. I think that might be an OBS restart, which I'm not going to do. Anyway, Mark and Toot tied at the top with 98. Taste of Beef and Matt in second with 97. Michael in third with 95. Ralph, Riff, and Pyro on 94. Shapes has 93. Fluffy's on 92. Tiggo and Sam on 91. ABB on 89. Solomon on 88. Cola and Amy on 87. Ben's got 86. Arun has 80. Jogging on 73. Prug 72. Conrad on 64. Flyboy on 56. Stimson's Angle and Polister on 55. Colin on 48. Clive on 47. Maxio on 42. And Conrad Lag, welcome to the stream. Right. One more in this round. Let's see what this puzzle brings. Okay, your category is JR Plays Games. JR Plays Games. And your first clue, Arena for Track Cycling. 9 letters, we want the 7th. Next, type of siege weapon that uses a counterweight. Type of siege weapon that uses a counterweight. 9 letters, you want the 3rd. I wonder who the question writer was. Well, your category is JR Plays Games. The pack is by JR Plays Games. Let's see if you can crack this Cryptex. No one yet. On to our 3rd clue. Type of hard cheese originated from Somerset, England. And the next one, type of parasitic fungus responsible for zombification in The Last of Us. 9 letters, you want the 1st. Mind your spelling. I'll give you a clue, it's a Y rather than an I. To the next one, sport where one might be out for a duck. 7 letters, you want the 4th. It's a Y rather than an I. What did I say? Either way. And there's the first solve of the Cryptex. Well done to that player. Next clue. Member of the faction that seized power in Russia in 1917. 9 letters, you want the 8th. And a second solve. And a 3rd. Our next clue. 1988 movie that turned into a 2002 musical that turned into a 2007 movie. So it's the movie based on the musical based on the movie. 9 letters, you want the 6th. The SI unit of this is the farad, F. The SI unit of this is a farad, F. 11 letters, you want the 9th. Marsupial, native to southwestern Australia. 6 letters, you want the 5th. And your final clue, a scalpel or a saxophone. 10 letters, you want the 10th. So you're looking for JR Plays Games as your Cryptex category. It's 10 letters in total. And an opportunity to crack it now if you haven't done so already. And any other clues that you weren't able to get to, now's your chance. And JR plays games, and he gets to the checkpoint, was the solution. Arena for track cycling is a velodrome, from where we got the O. Type of siege weapon that uses a counterweight is a trebuchet, which is French for very bucket, which is quite kind of cool to know. Hard cheese originating from Somerset is cheddar, from where we got the H. Type of parasitic fungus in The Last of Us is cordyceps, from where we got the C. Sport where one might be out for a duck is cricket, from where we got the other C. Member of the faction that seized power in Russia in 1917 was the Bolshevik, from where we got the I. The 88 movie that became a musical was Hairspray, from where we got the P. The SI unit of that uses the farad is capacitance, from where we got the N. The marsupial native to southwestern Australia is the quokka, from where we got the K. And a scalpel or a saxophone could be described as an instrument, from where we got the T. That is the end of the puzzle. Let's check out the scores. Yellow if you crack the Cryptex. No perfect scores this time around, but just over half the players managing to crack the Cryptex there, so very well done. Oh, hello there. Hello, doggy woggy. Oh, who's being a fusspot tonight? Should I put my legs down? Do you want to see a dog, anybody? Oh, come on then. Ah, doggy woggy. Here is my doggy woggy. There's doggy woggy. Oh, look how happy he is. See the fly going around the room. Oh, lovely. Hello, doggy. No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, such a good boy. Would you like to play Cryptex? Would you like to cameo for the rest of the game? Why don't you cameo for the rest of the game? So, at the end of that first round on that third puzzle, Michael has the lead with 154. Mark's in second, tied up with Toot, both on 152. Sam jumps way up the pack and into third with 148. Good round there for Samster. We then got Taste of Beef from Matt on 146, Ralph on 144, Shapes 142, Fluffy 141, Riff 139, AB Meat 134, Amy 129, Solomon 126, Arun on 125, Pyro 123, Tiggo 116, Ben 114, Cola on 109, Flyboy on a nice round 100, Joggy's got 99, Prudes 94, Conrad 91, Stimpson 85, as has Clive, Hollister on 73, Colin 64, Maxio 46. Put your tail out, otherwise you'll get cramp in your tail, won't you? Oh, what a good doggy woggy. Right, that is the end of round one. Let's play on round number two. Round two is called Combination. Again, 5 points for each clue you solve and a penalty of 1 point for incorrect or repeated answers. As before, you can solve clues at any time, even if they are not the current clue. But in this round, each clue will be formed by blending two words with at least two letters overlapping. You may solve half a clue to help gain letters in the Cryptex. The Cryptex will be a real word, not a blended word, unless it's not. Unless that might happen to be a thing, which it might be at some point. But generally, the solutions are real words, not blended words. You won't receive points until you solve both halves, so you can just solve half a clue. And so if it was flush and sheep, you can type flush, but you won't get the points for it until you type sheep to make flush sheep. Syntactically, you can type either the halves one at a time, or the whole thing, or one half and then the whole thing. You can't just type the gaps. Hopefully that makes sense. Or you can't just type the missing letters. Crack the Cryptex at any point before the end of the puzzle for a bonus 10 points. So pretty much the same rules as before, except you're solving two clues in each clue, and the letters will overlap. Okay. He is being very well behaved on my lap. Would you like to play this puzzle? No, you stay here for this puzzle. All right. Here we go. Okay, our first combination is Combination Cryptex. Sorry, I can't concentrate without having the Cryptex music. Combination Cryptex is the category. It's 7 letters long. Our first clue, Superman actor and Superman adversary. 9 letters, you want the first? Next, genre of Dizzy Rascal, Lethal Bizzle and Wiley, and the genre of Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath and Deep Purple. Combine those two genres. Gonna lie down. 8 letters, you want the third. Next, repetition of sound at the end of lines of poetry and rhythmic structure of lines of poetry, UK spelling. Extra clue for you there. 8 letters, you want the fourth. There's the first solve, well done there. Next, self-service meal and Greek cheese that might be available at this meal. A self-service meal and a Greek cheese that might be available at this meal. Second solve coming in, well played. Remove the seed from harvested wheat and remove the covering from harvested corn. 9 letters, you want the second. By the way, this is excellent work, Jay. You've done a sterling job here. Stand-up job. And another solve. Do the next. Maths that uses both letters and numbers, and a pair of these denote that what's inside should be solved first. Shout loud enough and you might hear this. Shout loud enough and you might be this. 8 letters, you want the 6th. Okay, last opportunity to solve any clues and indeed crack this combination Cryptex. It's got 7 letters. Last few souls coming in, but the solution, if I pronounce this right, was Chimera. Chimera. Chime and era, maybe? Superman actor is Cavill. Superman adversary is villain, Cavillain, from where we got the C. Those genres are grime and metal for grime metal, from where we got the I. Rhyme and meter for rhymeter, from where we got the M. Buffet and feta for buffetta, from where we got the E. Thresh and shuck for threshuck, from where we got the H. Algebra and brackets for algebrackets, from where we got the A. Echo and horse for echo arse, from where we got the R. Echo arse. Very well done if you managed to crack that Cryptex. Echo arse coming in as a raid message. Like it. I do not like. Only beat you to it, Michael. Bad luck. Yeah, we can hide the lowlights now. Good. Mark with a perfect round there. Deserves some pennies for the assist. Fighting a cave mean it's an echo arse. Could be. Pruggs is building. Pruggs is building on it. So, Mark with a perfect round extends the lead up to 197 there. Ralph now in second with 183. Shapes in third with 182. Michael 174. Riff 2 172, Samster 168, Taste of Beef 161, Fluffy 154, Matt 153, Amy 148, AB Me 144, Pyro 143, Arun 135, Tiggo 130, Solomon 125, Cola 124, Clive 118, got your number, Ben 116, Simpsons Angle 115, Conrad and Flyboy and Jogging all on 105, Pruggs on 103, Borderstore on 80, Collins 71, Maxio 46, and Silver Electron, a new entry coming in with 34. A few people cracking the Cryptex, but not many. Not even half, I don't think. Maybe about half. Not quite half. This is the end of the Cryptex table I'm not used to being at. Well, keep at it, Shapes, and you could be in for a little reward at the end of this. I mean, how many Cryptex medals have you got? 7 bronzes and 1 silver. So we'll see where we go. We've got another combination puzzle, though, coming up. So let's hide the leaderboard and go on to puzzle number 5. Dog's still here, by the way. Okay, the category is musical fey. 6 letters, musical fey. And your first clue, a series of wars fought between Carthage and Rome, and the chemical responsible for tobacco addiction. 10 letters, you want the 4th. The last one visible from the United States was on 8th of April 2024. First couple of solves coming in, well done. And a prefix meaning false. 10 letters, you want the 6th. Last one visible from the United States was on 8th of April 2024. And a prefix meaning false. 10 letters, you want the 6th. Singer of Thank You, released as a single in 2000, and an animated character voiced by Eddie Murphy. Singer of Thank You, released as a single in 2000, animated character voiced by Eddie Murphy. 8 letters, you want the 2nd. Tubular flower of the genus Digitalis, and the Reverend in The Simpsons. Tubular flower of the genus Digitalis, and the Reverend in The Simpsons. 11 letters, you want 3rd. New York MLB team and a type of strong coffee. New York MLB team and a type of strong coffee. Oh, get down there. Good boy. Mind yourself. The fly. You chasing the fly, are you? Good boy. I'm sure it's supposed to highlight you in orange if you solve half a clue. Oh well. Final clue, large rodent that uses its quills for defense, and a woody seed container that drops from conifers. Large rodent that uses its quills for defense, and a woody seed container that drops from conifers. 13 letters, you want the 1st. Last opportunity to crack this Cryptex. It's a musical fey, and it's 6 letters long. Oh, excuse me. The solution was pixies. Pixies. Let's go through the clues. The Punic Wars and nicotine. Punicotine, from where we got the I. Eclipse and pseudo. Eclipse pseudo, from where we got the S. Dido and donkey for Didonkey, from where we got the I. Foxglove and Lovejoy for Foxglovejoy, from where we got the X. Yankees and espresso for Yankee Espresso, from where we got the E. And my personal favourite, porcupine and pinecone, from where we got porcupine cone and the P. Let's check out the scores. Yellow if you cracked the Cryptex, green if you had a perfect round. Well done to Jogging, Clive, Fluffy, Samster, Riff, Ralph and Mark, all picking up 40 points from that round. Go away, fly. We get so many flies at the moment. Sort of like it's the summer or something. Most players cracking the Cryptex there, finding pixies. Mark's still got the lead, 237. Ralph on 223. Shape's still in third with 217. Riff and Michael on 212. Samster 208. Toot 207. Fluffy and Taste of Beef on 194. Matt's got 190. Amy 182. AB Me 173. Pyro 168. Tiggo and Cola on 163. Clive on 158. Ben on 155. A Run on 149, Solomon 148, Simpsons Angle 145, as is Jogging, Conrad 142, Prugs 120, Flyball 116, Paulus at 95, Colin 82, Max 45, and Silver Electron on 43. Riff, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Right, we've got one more round and 2 more puzzles. Let's take a look at round number 3. It is Decipher. Get off my OBS, you damn dirty fly. It's Decipher, and the objective in this round is to crack the Cryptex as quickly as possible. Jogging, welcome to the stream as well. You may solve clues to help gain letters in the Cryptex. If you fail to crack the Cryptex, you'll get 1 consolation point for each correct answer. For every clue revealed, 5 points will be taken from the potential winnings, which will be shown in square brackets on your device. Answering a clue incorrectly or guessing the Cryptex solution incorrectly will incur a further 1 point penalty. I'm going to make a note of the orange thing before I forget. Should half solves in Cryptex debug in orange? Let's check that out. Yes, get something wrong and it takes a further point off your jackpot. So if you get enough wrong, then your jackpot for the solve will be 0. But if you don't manage to solve it, then we'll give you points equal to the number of correct answers that you got. Once you crack the Cryptex, you don't need to keep answering because you can't get any more points. But you might just want to answer along for fun anyway. So hopefully that makes sense. Hello, Score. Welcome on into the stream. I think it wants you to run Buzz off. Maybe.
Duh.
That's such an obvious reference. I think you get that one as well. Right. Fingers on devices, everybody. It is Decipher, and here is the first puzzle. Your category, a Cryptex by any other name, 11 letters. A Cryptex by any other name. Your first clue, programming language named after a comedy troupe, 6 letters. Alcoholic drink known as the Green Fairy, 8 letters. I, not a Y, CJ. There's the first solve, very well done. Next clue, city where the International Red Cross was founded in 1863. 6 letters, you want the 4th. Got a few early solves coming in to our next clue. Supernatural WWE wrestler whose last match was, ironically, a boneyard match. Tower from which a muezzin calls Muslims to prayer. Is it muezzin? Muezzin, possibly? Tower from which a muezzin calls Muslims to prayer. 7 letters, you want the 5th. Remember, you're trying to crack the Cryptex as quickly as you can. Imagine Dragons' first US top 10 single. 11 letters. Humanoid creature primarily associated with Point Pleasant, West Virginia. 7 letters, you want the 3rd. Plant whose fibres are woven together to make linen. 4 letters, you want the 2nd. TV information service that featured the quiz Bamboozle. 8 letters, you want the 8th. I miss Bamboozle, and this service for that matter. That was probably the first time I got into quiz properly, actually. I was playing Bamboozle. Penultimate clue, this character in Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody is asked, will you do the fandango? 11 letters, you want the 11th. Mind your spelling. Final clue, a pair of ankle bones, otherwise known as taluses. 9 letters, you want the 9th. Muezzin. Really? Wouldn't have guessed that. Right, last opportunity to get some points. If you don't crack this Cryptex, we'll give you points equal to the number of clues you managed to solve. But the big points here come from cracking the Cryptex. It was alternative. A Cryptex by any other name, alternative. Programming language named after a comedy troupe is Python, from where we got the N. Alcoholic drink known as the Green Fairy is absinthe, from where we got the A. City where the International Red Cross was founded in 63 was Geneva, Haiti 63. Geneva, from where we got the E. Supernatural wrestler was the Undertaker, from where we got the A. Tower from which Muezzin calls Muslims to prayer is a minaret, from where we got the R. Imagine Dragons' first US top 10 single is Radioactive, from where we got the V. Humanoid creature associated with Point Pleasant is Mothman, from where we got the T. In the Mothman prophecies. Plants whose fibres are woven together to make linen is Flax, from where we got the L. TV information service that featured Bamboozle was Teletext, from where we got the T. This character in Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody is Will You Do the Fandango? That's Scaramouche, from where we got the E. And a pair of ankle bones is Astragali, from where we got the I. I did not know our friend Astragali was named after a pair of ankle bones, but there we are. Yellow if you crack the Cryptex. Quite a few of us. I can tell you it was Shapes was the first to solve, and the gap at the top has closed down marginally. Shapes obviously having 2 attempts, getting 54 points. Ralph getting it at 55 points. Mark on 50. Mark is still 9 points clear of Ralph in second, who's 7 points clear of Shapes in third, who's 4 points clear of Riff in fourth. Still one more Cryptex to go. Anyone take a punt on Shakespeare at the outset? Good, it was a good punt, not a bad punt actually, as it goes. But yes, very well done. I do say Bamboozle was my first proper recollection of quiz. I remember doing the Saturday one. It was 15 questions, and this is before Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, probably. Yeah, multiple choice with the red, green, and yellow and blue buttons on your remote. I think you had to go on channel 4, and then it was page 400 and something. Oh. Teletext, those are the days. Those of you under the age of about 25 probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but it was basically a crap version of the internet that you access through your telly. You could get news. My dad used to go on it to get his share prices. He used to go on channel 224. Twitch Bamboozle when? Oh, I'd love to recreate Bamboozle. That'd be really cool, actually. It'd be fun for about 5 minutes. It could be a good warm-up game, actually. It'd be a good opportunity for me to experiment with pixel art. What are we talking about? Hosted by Bamboozler, absolutely. Oh. After the game, Arun, Google it. Bamboozle on the teletext. Football. Ben Boozled, absolutely. That'd be a really good one. Arun, welcome to the stream. Yeah. Do I want to make Bamboozle as a warm-up game? Because the thing is, I could probably get away with that because it's not an original format. But it's also definitely not one that the company I work for would have had anything to do with. So, leave it with me. I'm just going to put it in suggestions. Make Bamboozle. Right, one final puzzle for you all in this opening game tonight. Very best of luck to you all. Mark's got the lead. Can he keep it? Let's go to the final puzzle. Good luck. And Clive, I know I said it, but I'll say again. Welcome to the stream. Test the limits of that contract. Yeah, quite. The clues in the answers is your category. And your first clue, subject that derives its name from the Greek for learned wise man. Subject that derives its name from the Greek for learned wise man. Next, Robin Batman. Watson Sherlock. 8 letters, you want the 8th. To the next one. A country's entire citizenry is the body this. 7 letters, you want the 7th. Next, according to Sun Tzu, this is based on deception. 7 letters, you want the 5th. Country where Martin Luther sparked the Protestant Reformation. 7 letters, you want the 4th. There's our first solve. And our second. For example, the HMS Hood. 10 letters, you want the first. Three solves, 4 solves. Alan B. Calamer's 1954 board game set in the years leading up to the First World War. 9 letters, you want the second. Final clue of the game. Nickname for Arsenal FC in the English Premier League that refers to their military background. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex, grab some points. I'm not going to tell you who managed to get the Cryptex first. But all I'm going to say is that this final scoreboard is going to be very interesting. The solution was Bismarck. The clue was in the answers if we go through them. History, from where we got the S. Subject that derives its name from the Greek for learned wise man. Robin to Batman. Watson to Sherlock is sidekick, from where we got the K. Country's entire citizenry is the body politic, from where we got the C. According to Sun Tzu, warfare is based on deception, from where we got the A. Germany was the country where Martin Luther sparked the Protestant Reformation, from where we got the M. Battleship is an example of what the HMS Hood is, from where we got the B. Diplomacy was the name of the board game, where we got the I. And Arsenal's nickname is Gunners, from where we got the R. So all of that was layered towards getting you towards that answer, Bismarck, and the final scores of the game. 5th place goes to Sam, 4th to Toot, 3rd to Shape, 2nd to Ralph, but just managing to eke out a victory is Mark. That gap closed down just a little bit more. It's not as comfortable a gap as perhaps Mark would have liked there, but he does take the gold medal, but it's very close at the top. Shapes taking the bronze, 8th bronze medal for Shapes, I believe. Let's just check the medal cabinets. Yes, Shapes, that's your 8th bronze medal. Ralph, that is your 1st silver. You've got 3 bronzes, 1 gold, and now you've got a silver as well, so congratulations on your 1st silver there. And Mark, that is your 23rd Cryptex gold, my God in heaven, to go with your 6 silvers and your 2 bronzes. So very well done there indeed. And that is the end of the game. Those points will translate into pennies and they'll be paid out when the credits roll. So very well done to Shapes for the bronze, Ralph for the silver, and Mark for the gold. Very many thanks to JR for a really good pack. Nice, concise pack, just the 7 puzzles, but really well pitched, I thought, and a lot of fun. So JR, thank you very much for your efforts, and thank you as well to Lewis for going to the trouble of proofing that as well. We're going to take a quick ad break. If you're not subscribed, you'll see some adverts. If you are subscribed, you'll just get some music. When we return, we will be playing Red Herrings. This has been written by Lingo and proofed by me. I do hope you will stick around for even more fun this Thursday evening at game night. Thanks again to JR. Congratulations again to our medalists. And I will see you after the break for even more games and even more fun. You've been playing Cryptex, and I'll see you after the break. Even more quizzing action coming up after this short break, so take this opportunity to go stretch your legs, get yourself another drink, get yourself some more snacks, pop to the loo, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes where we've got Red Herrings as written by Lingo. I do hope you'll stick around and join me. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. How's everyone doing then? I'm on to cider number 2. Texas had Scooby Snack number 2. And yeah, thanks again to JR for that pack of Cryptex. Nice to see Cryptex back this season. We've got Red Herrings coming up in just a minute. Just going to do some quick continuity. Yeah, let me show you some things I've been doing. Oh, Dexter, piss off. No, go on, clear off. If you give me a mo, let's go to studio mode, and I go game of cam. Let's get rid of built graphics capture a minute and go unbuilt graphics capture, because then I can show you a clever thing. If I can remember the link. That one. Yeah, this is what I want to show you. So, this is the new Game Night on Demand thing, if I actually change to that now. Hang on. So yeah, this is the Game Night on Demand thing. It beats a Google Sheet, in my opinion. Obviously, this one hasn't been uploaded yet because it's still filming, but you can filter by format and by season and format. So if you want to look for every episode of Face Off we've ever played, you load all seasons, you find Face Off, and there you go. All the episodes of Face Off, or all the episodes in which Face Off ever appeared, with a couple of button clicks. You can look for ones that have got a guest appearance as well, and feature episodes. So feature episodes will be ones that have either got like an AMA or a charity special. If you want to look for something in particular, you think you missed something in season 14, you can go and just browse by season and say, well, what games did we play in season 14? Oh look, we played Big Break Live in season 14. Let's look at all the red herrings we did in season 14 and all the distinctions that we did. So yeah, it's kind of simple, but it does the job. And then there's a clear filters button as well, so you can unflag one drop down and 2 buttons. Oh yeah, it says not found if there's nothing there, so that's kind of fun. So yeah, that's coming soon. The other one, oh, that's enough music. That's enough music for now. So yeah, this is why I've not been getting in doing the trivia, because I'm doing this on my evenings all week. The other one, which I'll try and get that by 11. Okay, cool. That I haven't done yet, published yet, but I'll show you for the first time, is the Penny Bank. This needs a bit more work to it, but it's just a much faster loading system. It's a bit more like Ashes actually. So if you want to browse your Penny Bank. You've got current season, all time, authors, and this isn't quite live. I update this manually because it just pulls from a Git repo, so I do this manually after each stream. But this will be the new go-to. They're going to be embedded in the website rather than pointing everyone towards my GitHub. But and then you can filter. So if you want to see how score count is doing this season, you can filter out and see score count is 64th this season. I don't know what happens if you type in a name. I should probably put in something that says user not found. Let me have that there. User not found. Oops. User not found on filter by player on Pennybank. And then the really cool thing is, Sam, I hope you don't mind me doing this. If you click, for example, oh shit, it doesn't do this because bollocks. I did this. I did this last night, but I haven't pushed it into the master yet. It's gonna, when you click a name, it will take you to their medal cabinet, and then you got individual format medal cabinets. So if we look at Cryptex, it's just it looks better than that. That's the old one, which I've since fixed. Yeah. Yes, the third most prolific question writer on the channel, if you go by author credits. All this data is publicly accessible on the app. It's just the app's a bit clunky and not very clean. So this is a much cleaner style, and I thought since I'm doing the VOD thing, I might as well redo the Penny Bank, and it gives me an opportunity to revamp the website as well, which is archaic and very, very old. So yeah, hopefully that's going to be useful function, useful feature to have, and that's going to be that's what we're going to have moving forward. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. That's sort of what I've been working on this week, and the reason I've not been doing other stuff that I probably should have been doing, like build graphics is what I want, like the finishing off the operator, which is basically at a point where I could build it, but there's like 3 more things I want to do before I click the build button and run it in its own standalone. So I'm still running it out of the inspector. But yeah, I think things are getting there. It just feels like the to-do list never ends. And once I finish it all, I'll just reskin all the games again. But no, I've got quite a bit on at the moment. So yeah, more on that coming soon. I've got to finish the book at some point. I've got to go back to writing the book because I got distracted by lots of projects in the interim. So yeah, so many things. The list. I've actually got a Google sheet now. It's just called The List TM. Which is just a consolidated to-do list, and I'm updating that anytime something goes in suggestions. So every stream something new gets added to it. But hey, that's the way it goes. Anyway, what have we got on? What is happening in the world of quiz? Let's see what we've got this weekend, because Ash is on hiatus at the moment. Saturday. Oh, blimey, that's a chonky stream on Saturday. We've got Crossfire, Bidding War, and The Escape Artist coming up this Saturday night. That's 8 p.m. So that's going to be Crossfire by Clive, Bidding War by Nordy Goth, first time writer outside of Spotlight, so first sort of full feature pack for Nordy Goth there, and The Escape Artist by Oni, making a triumphant return to writing after taking last season off. So we're looking forward to that. That is Oni's 99th question pack, that is, The Escape Artist, ahead of his 100th pack, which will be a money box pack airing on the 7th of August, which Oni is going to be joining me live here in the control room. Yeah, well, not here, but on stream anyway, in some capacity. So yeah, 7th of August. That's also the mid-season finale. So make sure you do pop along for that. Get it in your diary if it's not there already. So that's this Saturday. Crossfire, Bidding War, The Escape Artist. If you're just here in the week, next Thursday, the 31st of July, we've got Distinction by Fluffy, Danger Zone by Lupine, and The Abyss by Toot. So that should be a lot of fun. We've only just had Distinction, and I fixed it since last time. Mid-season finale, Proogs. Yes, you can have a mid-season finale. It's an American thing. It's purely because I've got to. I'm off on Saturday the 9th because I'm at my parents' and brothers doing some running, and then I decide, because I'm off work the following week, I decided to block the Thursday in. But it sort of ties out quite well, because something I realised, having gone through and consolidated all the episodes, episode 400 was definitely episode 400, but I must have miscounted elsewhere, because I was sort of off by one. I've had to slightly monkey the numbers to make sure episode 400 is episode 400, but episode 400 was episode 400, but it means the next season 20 opener, is going to be episode 500. So that's going to be a thing, and I've been having a chat with Scorecount and Lewis about some ideas that we could do for that. So it might be a slightly longer stream. Date is slightly in the air, but almost certainly going to be the 20th of September, which is the day after Euro Quiz, and I am aware. But the problem is the week before is immediately after the previous season finale, so I need like a week off to prep. The week after, I've got weddings all day. The week after that, I've got a gig in the evening, so I wouldn't be able to do a longer stream. I may not be able to stream at all on the 4th of October. So yeah, there's just a lot going on as it gets to sort of that part of the year. So to do episode 500 and kick the season off in a timely manner is looking likely to be September the 20th. So do pop that in your diary. Yes, and that's all of the things that are happening at the moment. So yeah, we're going to carry on with this evening's scheduled events, though. Coming up next, we have got Red Herrings, as written by Lingo Maniac. I proved this one myself earlier on this evening, rather. And there's some good stuff in here. There's a nice variety of categories. So we'll see what you make of it. And yeah, it's time for some fishy trivia by Lingo Maniac. It's Red Herrings. It's Red Herrings. NPCG is the code. We still not got a viewer count. I'll sort that about. Welcome on into the game. Come and join us for some fishy fun with Red Herrings. Updated the question model to this, so you can now have host notes on wrong answers as well, which Lingo has celebrated this fact by not giving me any. I've got host notes for all the actual questions, but none for any of the red herrings. But it was something that was requested. But because it required a model change, it meant Lingo had to completely rewrite his pack. He didn't have to. He offered to write it into the new template. But yeah, with it being a model change, the old template would have broken it. So yeah, come join the game, NPCG. There's a Unicorn if you need it. There's the room code. Did anyone watch Squid Game Season 3 yet? Finished watching it night before last. I quite enjoyed it. With just a bunch of NPCs. Yeah. Do you like it, BC? Did you enjoy it? And welcome to the stream, by the way. Did you enjoy it? Because I thought it was very good. You were invested in it. I think it was a bit cheap calling it Season 3 when it was quite clearly Season 2 Part 2. It was very much they did Season 2 and 3 in one block, and it was the same story. Season 1 and Season 2 were very different stories. Yeah, 2 and 3 was very definitely the same season. It's like 2A and 2B. It's probably done as 2 seasons for monetary reasons. Yeah, I think Hide and Seek was probably the highlight of Season 3 for me. It was very good. I have to say, though, I got to the end of Episode 7, which was the penultimate episode, and I turned to Anya and I said, here's how I reckon this is going to end. This is what I reckon is going to happen in Episode 8. I won't say it now, because spoilers, but I was right on pretty much every point. So, yeah, it's not to say it's become slightly predictable, but, yeah, I did pretty much call the ending almost entirely. I got one detail wrong. But yeah, I'd recommend it. It's on Netflix now. Streaming now on Netflix. So, yeah, would recommend it. Right, that's once around the loop. We've got quite a few of you in. 3, 4, 5, so 27 players in. So we've got anytime entry. I think we're just going to crack on with the game. So if you're all ready, let's lock the lobby and let's play Red Herrings. Round 1. Not the logical way I would play this game. Round 1 is called Show Me Your Moves. Answer the 12 questions using the options available. 1 point for each correct answer, minus 1 point for each incorrect answer. Abstention is a perfectly valid strategy. So if you don't know, you don't have to guess, because you do lose points if you're wrong. Bonus questions may appear. These are worth 3 points if correct, but will cost you 3 points if incorrect. An extra bonus of 2 points is awarded for a perfect round. Answers are not used more than once. There are 4 red herrings on the grid, and they will never be correct. All answers will still be selectable, even if they've been revealed to be a previous correct answer, so you need to keep a mental track of which answers have already gone, because they won't be repeated. Fairly simple, hopefully. Let's take a look at your options, and let's show me your moves. Roar, peck, pound, fly, swift, flash, sonic boom, payday, bubble, scratch, explosion, fissure, thunder, stomp, barrier, and crunch. Or indeed crunch. So you have there 16 different... Got to catch them all indeed. You've got there 16 different Pokemon moves. And Lingo's going to ask you some questions about them, which is... pretty fundamental quiz staple there. Do you know Pokemon like the back of your hand? If so, congratulations. That knowledge will be practically useless here. So don't worry if you're not au fait on Pokemon. It is not a Pokemon round. Welcome Not a Cat to the stream as well. Oh, hooray, says BC. Improves and PC breathing a sigh of relief there. Yeah, we've got an in with the Pokemon moves. So if you know the Pokemon moves really well, it's unlikely to help you here. So
what a shame.
What a shame if you were looking forward to some Pokemon knowledge there. But that's the way this game goes. The rug pull before it's even started. Right, as you know, this is going to run pretty much on its own. So good luck, have fun. Here's question number 1. Josh of Drake and Josh. Remember, -1 if you're wrong, you don't have to play. That is Peck. The show airs from 2004 to 2007. I've spent the last 5 years learning Pikachu as number 25, all for nothing. What a shame, shapes. Here's your first bonus question. 3 points if you're right, -3 if you're wrong. Take a look. Successful first try in rock climbing parlance. Successful first try in rock climbing parlance. Silent Marine, welcome to the stream. Well done if you got that. That's flash. Flashing implies pre-existing knowledge of the bouldering problem, like watching someone else do it first. Number 3, a visual programming language whose mascot is a cat. That is Scratch, which is a programming language I've never used, developed by MIT as a way to teach kids how to program. Still used in that way. With a 1986 film that won an Academy Award for Best Makeup. With a 1986 film that won an Academy Award for Best Makeup. That is The Fly. This Oscar was first awarded in 1982 for films in 1981. Oscar years are confusing. Next, a Parker Brothers game played on a board resembling a calendar. That is Payday, first published in 1974. Well done there. To our next one, the threshold for winning prize money in a poker tournament. Often referred to here at Game Night. If you just miss out on a medal position, you are referred to as going out on this. Or on this. I'd be referred to as going out on the bubble. For example, if the top 10 positions get paid, the bubble bursts when the 11th place player is eliminated. To the next one, famously caused by Chuck Yeager in 1947. The verdigris, yes, the verdigris equivalent, APG. That is Sonic Boom. He was the first test pilot to break the sound barrier. NASA pilot Scott Crossfield broke Mach 2 only 6 years later. To the next one, Kevin Durant played with this team from 2008 to 2016. That is Thunder. He was drafted to the Seattle Supersonics 1 year before they moved to OKC. And question 9. It was a UK #1 single in September 2013. And it were crap. Memory serves. Don't know, Proogs. Sport ball sport. It was a terrible song. You're gonna hear me roar. By Katy Perry. Raw was the answer. It was proper crap, it really was. That wasn't like Firework, that was a great song. Number 10, a candy bar first sold by Nestle in 1938. That was the Nestle Crunch, which was milk chocolate and puffed rice. Basically a chocolate rice crispy square. Oh, finally we get another bonus question. Just 2 in this round by the looks of it. Question number 11, let's take a look. A type of code used when making international wire transfers. Thank you, Odie. You've taken over the questions at this time. That is SWIFT, the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. Final question of the round then. There should only be 5 options available up on the board. Brighton-based percussion group. Hopefully most of us can get this one. Think back to year 8 music. Not everyone getting it though. It was Stomp, founded in 1991. And after 12 questions, the red herrings are Pound, Explosion, Fissure, and Barrier. And I have no notes for any of those, and that is the end of round number 1. Any bonuses? I guess not, because Ben's at the top and he didn't go for the last question. So, that is the end of round 1. No bonuses to speak of. But a good variety of scores. Everyone is in positive figures, or at least on 0. I think Payday is a normal type move, Silent Marine, and it does some damage and releases coins. It's one of Meowth's signature moves in the Pokemon series, and it's one of the only ways you can get money after completing the game and defeating all the trainers, other than battling the Elite Four. In fact, it's the only way, unless you're going to use the Missing No glitch, which means you can get infinite rare, infinite nuggets and then sell them. But if you're not going to do that, payday and just grinding the Elite Four is the only way you can get more money in Pokemon Generation 1. And there you go, that answers all the questions that no one asked about Pokemon Gen 1. Since we threatened a Pokemon round and then didn't have one, I thought I'd give you a bit of info. Cola, welcome to the stream as well. Yeah, punch the opponent, make them drop coins is probably what's going on there. Still making flutes from bones in our caves, not recorders though. Right, that's the end of round 1. Ben and Spokes in the lead with 14. Michael and Sek with 13. AB, me, Paulus, Shapes all with 12. Cola and Tiggo have got 11. Matt and Ralph on 10. Fluffy and Proogs on 9. JR and Piss are on 8. Pyro and Silent Marine on 7. Colin, Heron, Stimps have got 6. Flyboys on 5. Clive and Maxio and Silver Electron on 4. CJ's on 3. Conrad on 2. How is on 2. And Solomon is yet to score. But you can't lose any more points moving forward, which is a great success. Sorry, I just wanted to play that noise. Let's move on. Round 2. And here's another opportunity for me to use my soundboard.
Fruity, 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 fruity.
Yes, round 2 is fruity, fruity, fruity. Fruity, 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 fruity. Mitromana optem scooter. Sorry, no, that's tuta, tuta, tuta. I need to put that on the soundboard for definite. Tuta, 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 tuta. Metromana optem scooter. No, I don't. Right, answer the 12 questions using the options available. Answer faster to earn more points. Answer incorrectly and it frees you out of the following question. So you not only don't get points, I will put boing on the board. I've always had boing on the board. Yeah, spam the boing. Oh, not that boing. Oh, me going boing. No, did you send it to me? No, I don't think I've put it. I haven't put it on yet.
Boing, boing,
Oh, that one.
boing, boing.
I think I need to cut it in half. It just needs to be the first half of that rather than both halves of it. Yeah, I will get boing, 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 boing onto the board at some point. Yes, answer incorrectly and yeah, can you cut it in half? Just the first half, I think, is probably better for the soundboard. That was after the chaos of last week's stream. What was I saying? Yeah, get it wrong, it freezes you out, so you get no points and you lose the opportunity to get points on the following question. Bonus questions may appear. We only had 2 in the last round, but you could have as many as 7, I think, which are worth a flat rate of 5 points. So there's no timed element because you get 3 points for answering in the first 5 seconds, 2 in the next 5 and 1 in the last 5, unless it's a bonus, in which case it's just worth 5. I'll give you 3 bonus points if you get a perfect round, and you can still be frozen out of bonuses, and you can be frozen out on a bonus as well. So think carefully. If you haven't seen a bonus for a while, I mean, it's statistically no more likely to turn up on the next question, but yeah, you might want to think about having it before you have a guess if you've got no idea. So yes, bonuses won't be first, last or consecutive is the only rule on bonuses, and answers will not be used more than once. 4 red herrings hidden on the grid which will never be correct. So certainty of chance is probably my fave from that era. I don't know that one. Let's take a look at the options.
Fruity, 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 fruity.
Durian, caper, avocado, apple, banana, papaya, lychee, fig, pomegranate, olive, lime, watermelon, peach, mango, pineapple, and kiwi. There's your fruity board. Thank you very much, JR. I'll add that in. Can you add that in suggestions just so I don't forget? Because when it's in suggestions, I migrate it to the to-do list. If it's just in a DM, then I forget about things. Me in Glasgow on Saturday. What was you in Glasgow on Saturday? Oh, fruity. Oh, I see. So, if you're feeling famished for fun fruit facts, this round is for you. Match these 12 facts with their appropriate fruit, and you'll score some juicy points. Wouldn't that be nice? Yum, 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 yum. So, let's see how we get on with some fruity questions. Good luck, have fun. Here's question number 1. The presence of tiny rapide crystals and the enzyme bromelain contribute to the tingly sensation from eating them. That's pineapple. The graphite crystals make... I'll come back to that. That's a big note there. Number 2, some species of this fruit have a symbiotic relationship with Agoinidae wasps, but not the ones you find in grocery stores. Agonidae. That's the fig. The family Agonidae is a type of fig wasp, but not all figs are pollinated by wasps. The crunch sensation from a supermarket fig comes from seeds, not wasp remains. Question 3. Its name derives from the Malay word meaning thorn. That is durian. The un is a noun-building suffix like meant in excitement. Also, durians reek because of sulfur compounds. To the next, it's a symbol of fertility in many ancient Middle Eastern cultures. Cut one open, and it's easy to see why. That's the pomegranate, and it's because of their many seeds and absolutely nothing else to do with the insides of a pomegranate. Question 5 is a bonus question. Proves you're frozen out of this one. Let's take a look. A common kitchen hack for peeling this fruit is to use a spoon. That's the kiwi, although apparently the skin is still edible. I wouldn't know because I don't like them particularly. To our next one, question 6. The cube-shaped variety of this fruit was first developed by Tomoyuki Ono in 1978. Like a boiled egg, or a cream egg. I don't know if you got that. That's watermelon, because they're harvested before they're ripe. Cube-shaped watermelons aren't very tasty, so they're only really good for decoration. Here's another bonus, and once again, only Proogs is frozen out. Bad luck. Oh, here it is. The Nahuatl word for this fruit is also a euphemism for testicle. Trying to shoot the moon. Proogs is playing hearts. That is an avocado. The word ahuacatl refers to the avocado first and foremost. It also gives us the first 2 syllables of the word guacamole. Next, this botanical berry, and that's a clue, is harvested from the world's largest herbaceous plant, not a tree, as it might appear. Spokes, Lingo, welcome to the game. I made Ben say testicle. You did indeed. That's the banana. Each tree dies after it bears fruit, but it's easy to grow more from offshoots, so banana production is highly sustainable. Third bonus, and Proogs is not frozen out. Let's see how you get on with this for 5 points. This briny bite is an unopened flower bud of the Flinders rose. That is the caper, not to be confused with similarly edible caper berries, which form when the flowers bloom. Next. This fruit is a primary ingredient in both Eve's pudding and Brown Betty. Yeah, 3 bonuses. I spoil you with your bonuses in that one. You've had 3 already. Could we get a 4th on question 11? We will see. It is not impossible. That's the apple. They're both baked desserts, Eve's pudding and Brown Betty. We are going to get a 4th bonus, making up for not having it in the first round. See, on a long enough timeline, it all works out. No one frozen out. 5 points for this. Take a look. Despite the nickname, Georgia's 2022 production of 24,800 tons of this fruit is only in 3rd place among US states. Yeah, it makes up for the 2 in the last round, not a cap. That is the peach. California and South Carolina took the top 2 spots that year with 475,000 and 67,400 tons respectively. Final question. According to a CDC study, this fruit was the cause of many cases of hypoglycemia among undernourished children in India and northern Vietnam. Might as well have a go at this one. It's the last question of the round. And that is the lychee. Lychees contain toxins. And I'll read that one again in a minute. First and last trivia to give you in a sec. The red herrings, papaya, olive, lime, and mango. And that is the end of round 2. Any bonuses? No bonuses. Yeah, so I was going to give you lychees contain toxins that mess with the body's ability to regulate blood sugar levels. A good preventative measure is to not eat lychees on an empty stomach. The pineapple one as well, that was the Raphide crystals make microabrasions in your mouth, and bromelain breaks down part of the mucus linings in your mouth. This enzyme also makes pineapple juice a great meat tenderizer. So if you're after some culinary tips, there you go on the use of pineapple on things that aren't pizza or sweet and sour chicken. Sorry, the reason I laughed halfway through that, just had a Slack message from one of my colleagues into the Gladiators channel. Recording 2 done, no deaths. So that's encouraging, isn't it? As for Glad Series 3, which is currently being recorded up in Sheffield. Yes, no deaths as far as episode 2. I don't really think that's a spoiler. I think it'd probably be on the news if there had been. But yeah, there we go. Very well done if you got some points out there. Who's leading? Spokes leading with 39. Michael and Pyro in second on 38. Shapes in third with 37. So all pretty close at the top, pretty tight. Just a point between first and second, and a point between second and third. Flyboy and JR on 35. Ben on 33. Clive and Matt on 32. Cola on 31. CJ and Fluffy and Tiggo on 30. Piss and Ralph on 26. Priggs on 24, AB, me, Heron, Howe, and Stimps all on 23. Conrad's got 20, Paulus is on 17, Maxio 16, Silent Marie 14, Silver Electron 12, Colin on 8, and Solomon on 2. No injuries is a better way to start. Yeah. Any other NDAs in force? I don't know that I'm under an NDA because it's public knowledge. Because tickets are publicly available. Everyone knows it's being filmed at the moment. I know there's an NDA to say nobody died in the Sheffield Utility Arena this afternoon, as far as we know. This game gives me a sugar high. What red herrings! It's all the sugar that's emanating from the fruit in this round. That's probably what it was. All that all the good sort of sugar that you get in apples and things. Right, moving on. Round 3. Raiding the metal cabinet, not the medal cabinet, but the metal cabinet. Answer the 9 questions using the options available. Just 9 questions this round, and 12 options. So rather than the 12 and 16 that we had in round 1 and 2. Earn more points for each consecutive correct answer. Get it wrong and it breaks your streak. Abstain and it preserves your streak. So you can go 1, then 2, then 3 points. Abstain. The one after that will be worth 4. Get it wrong, you have to start building up again from 1. No bonus questions in this round, but I will give you a bonus of 5 points if you get a perfect round. Answers, as ever, will not be used more than once, and there's 3 red herrings hidden on the grid which will never be correct. Keep a mental tally of the answers that have already gone, because all of the buttons will still be clickable, even if they've already been revealed as correct answers. Let's load the metal cabinets. Cobalt, zirconium, iridium, gallium, aluminium, copper, cadmium, gadolinium, zinc, tungsten, calcium, and neodymium. There were no notes offered to me from Lingo for this overall round note, so I just wrote everything is metal, as you can see. So it's a board on metals. Let's see how we get on. Good luck, have fun. Here's question number 1. Everyone might as well attempt this first question because no one's on a streak yet. This question. Its industrial uses include incandescent light bulb filaments and highly durable cutting tools. Tungsten is the answer. Tungsten carbide drill bits are a popular choice for manufacturing circuit boards because they can stand up to the circuit board's fiberglass base. Number 2, its sulfide salt forms a brilliant yellow pigment, as Bob Ross could probably tell you. Purple if you're on a streak, blue if you're not. So if you're blue, you might as well attempt. Cadmium is the answer. The pigment is somewhat toxic, although it's considered safe for artists to use if they take proper precautions. Next, it makes blue fireworks blue and Spock's blood green. And there is Bob Ross in the chat. Very nice, JR. Copper is the answer. Because chemistry is weird, blue is one of the most difficult firework colours to make. To our next one, number 4. Its cubic dioxide form has a very high refractive index, making it glisten like a diamond. zirconium. Cubic zirconia has a refractive index of about 2.15 compared to diamond's 2.42, which is why it's used for imitation diamonds. Next, it's relatively low density of 2.7 grams per centimetre cubed, and resistance to corrosion make it a popular building material. And well done to Lingo on getting the superscript thing to actually pass in the rich tags. Aluminium is the answer. Used to be more valuable than gold till the 1880s when scientists figured out how to extract it easily. Next, of all the metals here, it's the one with the lowest melting point. Excuse me. Gallium. Its melting point's about 30 degrees centigrade. In other words, it literally melts in your mouth, but we still wouldn't recommend eating it. It's commonly found in mineral-based sunscreens. So there's only 5 answers left to choose from if you've been paying attention. So if you don't know it, can you work it out from what's left? That would be zinc. It's in the form zinc oxide. Titanium dioxide is another popular choice, but titanium isn't on the board. Penultimate question then. It's administered as an IV to improve contrast in MRI scans. Only 4 left to choose from if you're paying attention. Gadolinium is the answer. It's paramagnetic, meaning it becomes temporarily magnetized when exposed to a magnetic field. Only 4 answers left now. Question 9. It makes up 10% of the international prototype of the kilogram. The other 90% is platinum. Everyone might as well attempt this, because it is the last question of the round. Just press a button. Or don't. Iridium. The IPK was used to define the exact value of the kilogram until 2019. The red herrings there, cobalt, calcium, and neodymium. That is the end of the round. Any bonuses going out? Herring looks pretty high. Yes, indeed. Very well played. A 5-point bonus to you, and you steal the lead, clearing it by 11 points. Naughty Goth with 73 takes the lead. Vertigo, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you with us. And going into the final round, Naughty Goth has the lead with 73, Pyro's in second with 62, and Michael is in third with 59. But that is only part of the story, because there are still 50 points up for grabs in the final round, potentially. So anybody from a run upwards could theoretically still win this game. Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? I won't last. I really love the category, but that's it. Sometimes you get a strong category in Red Herrings, you get a science board or something like that. It can really help you on your way. But, well, we're going to see what happens in the last round. I know at least one person who might be happy to see this round, who's currently languishing in 5th place. They may be very happy with this, but let's find out as we go to the final round. Yeah, I think Ralph might do well here. Ralph normally does quite well on football rounds, but we'll see. The category is called I Hate Football. Find the 6 correct answers that fit the criteria. As slightly different round, so this is the deselect before you reselect round. Submit a wrong answer, you'll be told how many you got right and be frozen out for 5 seconds. First to find all 6 wins 50 points. Subsequent correct submissions win 5 fewer points than the previous player. So the second to find all 6 gets 45, then 40, then 35, then 30, and so on all the way down. Answers are gradually going to be removed as gameplay progresses, and I finally updated the debug so I can actually read it now, which is good. And we'll keep going until either 10 players have found all 6 answers, the 10th of whom will receive 5 points, or 90 seconds have expired, whichever one of those happens first. Okay, so deselect before you reselect, 5-second penalty, and however many you got correct. It won't tell you which are right and which are wrong, but it will give you how many in total were correct, which will hopefully give you some idea for what you need to select and deselect and reselect. So let's take a look at the board. I Hate Football. Mexico City, Puerto Vallarta, Miami, Las Vegas, Montreal, Chicago, Dallas, Toronto, Boston, Detroit, Kansas City, Calgary, Vancouver, Seattle, Guadalajara, and Atlanta. I'm not going to give you any more time. Here is the question. 90 seconds. Which of these are not host cities for the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup? Not host cities. If it's a host city, it's a wrong answer and a red herring. Okay, 4 is the best I've seen so far. A couple of players managing to get 4. There's our first 5. CJ's managed to find 5. CJ's again found 5. It's not Guadalajara, that is. And Michael is the first to solve for 6, followed by CJ finally getting his 6. It's not Kansas City, remove that from your thought train. Lupine's got there third for 40 points, finding all 6 well played. 35 points available now. BC takes those 35. It's not Seattle, remove that from your thought train. 30 points available for solving now. There's another 5. And there's Solomon solving for 30 points. It's not Boston either. AB Me picks up 25 for finding all 6. Stimpson's picked up 20. It's not Mexico City. 20 seconds to go. 3 more players can solve, I believe. Proogs has got there. Matt has got there. I think there's one more. 10 seconds. It's not Toronto. One more spot available. And there it is. It goes to Fluffy Bunny. With 7 seconds left, you've solved the wall. Let's reveal all the red herrings. Mexico City, Miami, Dallas, Toronto, Boston, Kansas City, Vancouver, Seattle, Guadalajara, and Atlanta. The other 6 host cities are Houston, Los Angeles, Monterey, New York, Philadelphia, and San Francisco. So the correct answers are not host cities. So Puerto Vallarta, Las Vegas, Montreal, Chicago, Detroit, and Calgary will not be hosting the FIFA World Cup next year. Question means nothing to me. Well done to Michael, Ralph, CJ, Ben, AB Me, Prug, Stimpson's Angle, Matt, Fluffy Bunny, and Solomon, who all managed to find... Oh, can I just filter by 6? Will it let me do that? I hope so. Oh, amazing, it does. So Michael was first, then CJ, then Lupine, then BC. So 50, 40, 35, 50, 45, 40, 35. Solomon getting 30, AB Me getting 25, Stimpson got 20, Prue's got 15, Matt got 10, and Fluffy Bunny got 5. So, at the end of all that, the scores are in, and Herring was indeed displaced at the end there. Ben just missing out, going out on the bubble, as we found out earlier on in the first round. And it's a bronze medal for CJ Binks, it's a silver for Ralph, and it's a gold for Michael. Let's just see how those medal cabinets look. CJ Binks, that is your 3rd medal at game night, and your 2nd for red herrings. It's a bronze to go with your other red herrings medal, which is a silver, so very well done there. Lupine, how are you looking at in red herrings? That's your 12th silver medal to go with your 7 gold and your 4 bronze. And Michael, that is your first red herrings medal, and it is a gold one to go with your Abyss gold, Moneybox gold, and one of each colour in Risky Business. 1 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze. So very well done indeed. For everyone else, if you didn't get a medal, bad luck, but we will convert your points into pennies and pay them out in the penny bank when the credits roll. That's the end of the game. Congratulations to our winner, Michael. Good game, everybody. And Lingo, thank you very much for the question pack. Lovely stuff there, and a good spread of scores, so it felt like it was quite a well-pitched game there. So lovely stuff. We got one more game to come. It's going to be Spotlight. I'm going to play some more adverts. So quick opportunity again to nip to the loo, grab some snacks and drinks and things, or just stretch your legs. When we return, it's going to be Spotlight, that niche trivia game. I have added some new data to the database, new questions to the database. So I think there's 23. There might be 21 unused question packs now, because I've deliberately marked Oni's 2 as used just for tonight. So Oni's packs won't come up tonight, just so that he can have his 99th pack next week and then his 100th in a couple of weeks. So yeah, if it came up tonight and then it was picked, it might have just screwed the schedule up slightly. So yeah, we want the 100th to be a celebration. So there won't be any Oni packs in Spotlight tonight, just in the interest of transparency. But 21 other packs to choose from a variety of, I think, 13 different authors. So do stick around for the action that's going to be coming up after this break. Thank you all very much for playing Red Herrings. Thank you again to Lingo for writing. And congratulations to Michael, our Red Herrings champion. I hope you've had fun, and we'll see you for even more trivia after the break. Woody back, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. There's a fish bonus going on at the moment. So if you want to grab that in the next 45 seconds for 127 bonus pennies, now's the time to do that. Adverts coming in if you're not subscribed, but don't worry because we won't start the next game without you, and that next game is going to be Spotlight, written by a variety of authors to finish up the triumvirate of trivia that we're having tonight. So go grab some drinks and some snacks and nip to the loo, stretch your legs, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes time. Don't touch that dial, we'll be right back. How are we all doing? Oh, I've sunk very low in my chair. I wasn't even going to come back to the cam for this one. Yeah, it should tell you however many pennies you won for every, at the end of every game, and then just divide that if you really want to know the payout rate. Some payout based on number of correct answers, some payout based on points or something. But yeah. Right, go away, Fly. Just gotta wait for the end of this track, and then we're just gonna get straight into Spotlight. No more continuity to do. It's just before 10 o'clock. Get this done in 45 minutes. We'll be in bed by 11. Or back doing the online penny bank before 11. Probably what I'll turn my hand to next. So, universal controller at the ready if you would like to play Spotlight. It's by a little bit of everyone, and I can confirm 21 unused packs with 13 distinct authors, plus 2 by Oni, which would make it 23 and 14. So if at any point you want to write for Spotlight, all it requires is 4 questions on a relatively niche area. So, yeah, head on over to the Discord, grab yourself the question writer role, always looking for more. We have got one... How many games of Spotlight have we got this season? Might just be the 2, actually. Is it just the 2? Yeah, just the 2 games of Spotlight, once tonight and then again on the 30th of August. And we've only just got enough to get through those 2 games. So for next season, if you want to keep seeing Spotlight, I'm going to need more trivia. And it can't just be one person giving me like 15 packs, because you need the author variety, because you have to have at least 4 authors to choose from. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on. Let's get on with the game and get on with the quiz. As a famous quiz champion once said, it's time for Spotlight. Spotlight. And join the room. BJXC is the room code you need. Oh, paying out all these 1,000 pennies. There we go. Could have done them all in one go. Come and join the game if you'd like to play Spotlight. Yeah, so for what it's worth, I've got 128 used packs with 32 distinct authors. And 21 unused packs with 13 distinct authors, so plus 2 from Oni, which are in limbo, which we won't see tonight. But the thing is, Oni did write a 99th pack, but I can't force a pack into play, and even if I could, I can't force somebody to pick that from the board. There is a new feature in this, which was suggested by a run, but it doesn't show on graphics yet. So there's an internal tracker. If you swap a board, it will start tracking how many times it's been swapped. Oh, hello, Topper. Welcome to the stream, dude, or welcome on in Toot as well. Yeah, so it's now going to start tracking the number of times you swap a pack. I've still got to do the thing where it tracks the number of times a category's been shown on the board. So, yeah. And then that's going to be added to the strat so people can see, oh, this pack has been, if it's Russian Mountains by Clive of Legend, this has been swapped 14 times and has appeared on the board, lots of times. So it might be more effective had I, if I go back and do a data trawl and check them all out. But better also do that, go back through all the old episodes of Spotlight and see how many times packs have appeared on the board. That would be really good, because it would stop my deja vuing more than anything else. And I said, haven't we played this pack? Because of course I proof-ordered the Spotlight questions when they come in, so I sort of recognise questions and think, oh, I've seen that before, but I can never remember if it's because I've proofed it or because we've played it. But I'm fairly happy with the flagging logic. So it flags packs after use, and I've got settings to do that and not do that. But what's wrong with that row on the right-hand side? Matt the Sprout on the top of that right-hand row. Everyone else is just like, nope, we're not going in this row. TVP, welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well. A couple more seconds to come and join, and then we'll get this game underway. So, yes, getting into the game night, the after party. I believe that's to 10 o'clock. How many of you in so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. It's a goodly number. Right, 40 seconds. Let's put a countdown on, because I've fixed that now. 40 seconds. Countdown. Feel too bad for that pack to get the stink. What, the Russian Mountains one? What, seconds? Too many seconds? Countdown clock. Oh, it's a ding 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 ding. And then it'll do everyone from 10. Yay. I like it when my logic works. Right, we have got anytime entry on this, so if you fancy joining halfway through. But before I log the lobby, a message from our sponsor TVP.
I love you all.
Thank you very much, TVP. It's good to know, and thank you very much for the 100 bits. Let's lock the lobby and get into the game. And the first thing that, platonically, of course, first thing that we have to do in any game is put a player into the spotlight. So let's pick a player now. Oh, I've got a new option that I can actually now force a player into the spotlight. So if something goes wrong and I have to reload the game, I can get someone back in. But I'm not going to utilise that for now. Let's pick someone completely at random and put them in the spotlight. Fluffy Bunes! We got Colo. Fluffy Bunes, you are in the spotlight. Hit that button. It's to confirm you're still here. No, that's because I wasn't using the force player button. At some point I will test it, but oh no, as Ben forces people into the spotlight. You can always reject it and I can re-roll it. Welcome to the game, Fluffy Bunny. You get the first choice of category. Let's go and take a look at the board. So the last time we played Spotlight, it had some issues because I had a lot of cameras going on and something, the graphics kept crashing and then the operator kept crashing. So hopefully we won't have that this evening. But we did have some leftover categories from there, and let's take a look at what we've got on this board to choose from tonight. You get the option to swap one of the categories, Fluffy Bunes, if you don't like any of them, but after that you will be bound to pick one of the categories. So your options are Pride by Royal Flush, Foam Jacker by Lewis, Bristol by Huds, or It's Otley, the town in Yorkshire, by the Lupine One. What would you like? We're going for Bristol by Huds. I will just let him know because he's streaming at the moment. Not stopping, just to let you know, Bristol just got picked in Spotlight. He's on now, so it's 4 hours 14 in, so we'll I'll go see his reaction later on. Right, we're going for Bristol by HUD601. Remember, Fluffy, if you answer 2 out of any 3 questions incorrectly, you will be eliminated from the spotlight. Yeah, I did.
Shame.
I don't think he's in the middle of a run at the moment. He's streaming with Argic, so I think they've got some madness going on. Right, Bristol it shall be. 3 of these are about UK cities. Glad I wasn't picked. Well, let's see what comes up. Here's your first question on Bristol, Fluffy. In which county is the city of Bristol? Is it Somerset, Gloucestershire, or Bristol? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Oh, Fluffy's gone wrong on the first question. It wasn't a trick question. It was just Bristol. The city lies between Somerset and Gloucestershire and has been politically administered by both counties in part at various times. However, Bristol is historically a county in its own right and is properly entitled the City and County of Belfast. Somerset, not to be confused with North Somerset, borders the Bristol Channel, Gloucestershire, Bristol, Wiltshire, Dorset and Devon. And Gloucestershire, or Gloucestershire, borders Bristol to the north, encompasses 3 well-known areas of Bristol itself, Filton, Kingswood and Yate. Well done if you got that one right. Pressure on early, Fluffy Bunny, to get these next 2 Bristolian questions correct if you'd like to stay in the spotlight. Belfast is the new Edinburgh. Is it? Okay. Let's take a look at the next question. What is the name of the ship designed by engineer Isambard Kingdom Brunel that is now docked in Bristol Harbour? Is it the SS Great Britain, the Matthew, or Thekla? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. It is the SS Great Britain, also famous for building the dockyards Clifton Suspension Bridge and Great Western Railway. The SS Great Britain was the largest vessel ever built when it launched in 1843 and was the first iron steamer to cross the Atlantic Ocean, which she did in 1845 in just 14 days. The Matthew Nordigoff Caravel, Portuguese, sailed by John Cabot, Italian navigator and explorer, real name Giovanni Caboto, for which the Cabot Circus shopping area of Bristol is named after. The current Matthew is a replica. The Thekla is a former cargo ship moored in the Mud Dock area, now run as a nightclub and small venue for artists. Hudd's betraying his age by referring to it as a nightclub and not just a club. I still call them nightclubs, to be fair. Good answer there, Fluffy Bunny. Pressure's still on to get this one right. If you want to stay in the spotlight, let's take a look at your third question. The world-famous Bristol International Balloon Fiesta is held in which Bristolian estate? Is it Lee Woods, Ashton Court, or Tynesfield? 10 seconds. Or possibly Tintisfield. And that's time. The correct answer. Ashton Court, you save yourself, Fluffy Bunny. You get to a free question next time. And yes, Ashton Court, Grade 1 listed building, 11th century manor house, now owned by Bristol City Council and open to the public to freely walk the grounds. Lee Woods is a woodland area near to Ashton Court and the Clifton Suspension Bridge. And Tynesfield? It's a National Trust estate in Wraxall, near Bristol, famously used to film scenes for BBC's Sherlock, specifically The Abominable Bride, if you ever saw that Christmas special, New Year special. And yeah, the Balloon Festival's held every year since 1979, apart from 2020 and 21, due to COVID, obviously. It attracts over 100,000 people on each of the 4 days. Most popular attraction is the Night Glow, where the balloons are inflated and timed to glow to music after dark. That does sound quite idyllic, actually. Should make an effort to go. Well played. A few people getting 3 out of 3 on the Bristol questions there. Well done in the wings if you did. Let's go back to the board, and Fluffy, you can pick us a new category. Bride by Royal Flush, Foam Jacker by Lewis, It's Otley, the town in Yorkshire by Lupine, and a new category for us. And the TV was still on by Naughty Goth. Swap available if you don't like any of them. We have Pride by Royal Flush. That was my 114th author credit, I think. So, you got to get 2 out of 3. Last time you got the first one wrong. You can get all 3 right, that's fine. You get the first and the second, the first and the last, the second and third. As long as you get 2, you'll be good to pick the next category. Well, let's take a look at our first question on Pride by me. So if I remember actually what I actually wrote here. Here's your first question. A group of which of these animals is often known as a pride? Is it elephants, lions, or horses? 10 seconds. Let's see a sea of green here. The correct answer is lion. Not quite a sea of green, though I believe that was an abstention there. Yes, a pride, or a sort. S-A-W-T, apparently. Elephants is known as a herd, a parade, or a memory. And horses, a band, a herd, a stud, or a stable of horses. Other names that you give. 3 lions is not a pride anymore. Yeah, I was actually the other day, what do you call the collective noun for a group of priests? Would it be a homily? I feel like it would be a homily or a proselytizing. A homily of vicars. That's got a nice ring to it. I hope it is. No problem there for Fluffy Bunny, and pressure is off. The next question is free. Yeah, of course I've heard of elephants. Very good. Next question on Pride. Pride is a 2017 song by which American rapper? Is it Ludacris, Kendrick Lamar, or 50 Cent? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Kendrick Lamar from his 4th studio album, Damn. DAMN. And don't tell Drake. Yes, Kendrick Lamar is the right answer. No problem for Fluffy Bunny there. One more question on the subject of pride. Let's take a look. Which colour of the rainbow is the only one not to appear on the official six-stripe LGBTQ+ rainbow flag? Is it violet, indigo, or blue? 10 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer. It's indigo. The official designations are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. Despite indigo being the traditional sixth colour of the rainbow, this shade of purple does not feature. The original version, designed by Gilbert Baker in 1978, actually had 8 colours, including indigo between blue and violet and hot pink at the very top. But the conventional, traditional one that we use nowadays has 6 stripes, not including indigo. Well done if you got that one right. No problem for Fluffy Bunny there. And it's time to pick another category. Phone Jacker by Lewis. It's Sotley, the town in Yorkshire, by Lupine. And the TV was still on by Naughty Goth. Swap is available if you don't like any of them. And one new category had to come up. Russian Mountains by Clive of Legend. It's finally been chosen! Before Clive can protest, Fluffy has picked Russian Mountains by Clive of Legend. One of the oldest packs still in the database. Clive saying you will regret that. Well, let's find out. So this goes back to original stuff. It's like 2021 this goes back to. So yeah, I hope the trivia is still in date. Let's find out as we finally get to look at Russian Mountains by Clive of Legend. It's genuinely awful and terribly written. Well, let us be the judge of that, Clive. We'll report back. Here's your first. Which theme park is home to TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shellraiser, the coaster with the world's steepest drop? Is it Universal Studios Florida, Nickelodeon Universe, or Warner Brothers Movie World? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Nickelodeon Universe. And this pack is so old I have no notes on any of them. It's one of these is in Russia. Nickelodeon Universe is the answer. TMNT Shellraiser. Bad luck for Fluffy Bunny. Pressure on to get these next 2 correct. Farmer's just hit my face, Clive. Or Russians, huge people. Let's go on. Question number 2. Which coaster at Universal's Islands of Adventure won the 2021 Golden Ticket Award for Best New Roller Coaster? Velocicoaster, Candemonium, Iron Gwazi. 10 seconds. And yes, Russian Mountain is slang for roller coaster. I think. And that is time. The correct answer. Oh, Fluffy! It was going so well for you. It was going so well. But yes, the Russian Mountains have taken a victim in the shape of Fluffy Bunny. 2 wrong out of 3, and you're going to be eliminated with a score of 5. We'll set that as the benchmark. 5 questions correct. If anyone can beat that, then they will take priority to coming back to the final. But for now, it is you who has the high score, Fluffy Bunny. We may see you in the final later on, but for now, you have been ejected from the spotlight. Yes, the answer was Velocicoaster. So we've got one more question on Russian Mountains that we need to ask. And we've got a player we need to put in the spotlight. 5 is the target that we are chasing. Let's put another player into the spotlight. Haha, it's Cola. Press the button to let us know you're here. Welcome back. Oh, I thought I'd fix that graphics bug. Spotlight. Author light goes off if changing spotlight player mid-round. I could have sworn I fixed that, but I guess not, because Clive has just gone to the regular shade. It's a graphics bug. Oh my god. Here we go. HUDs, blinded by the spotlight. Yes. We've had one of your packs earlier on, the Bristol one. You missed it, but welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you're keeping well. One more question for you, Cola, now that you have confirmed you're here. Yeah, I did pop in just to let you know. Here's a final Russian mountain question for you. Welcome on in, mate. Hope you're keeping well anyway. Take a look. Which of these is a real roller coaster model from Chinese manufacturer Zhejiang Zhuma Amusement Equipment? Which of these is a real roller coaster model from Chinese manufacturer Zhejiang Zhuma Amusement Equipment? Options: CBT roller coaster, sounding roller coaster, water sports roller coaster. 10 seconds. And the correct answer, sounding roller coaster, was the answer. I've got no notes, so I can't explain that any further. Yes, there we go. I actually did read this on South China Post. Why are you reading South China Post, Naughty Golf? I mean, you got it in under a second and a half, so pretty quick going. So it must have been on the tip of your tongue. Blinded by the CBT roller coaster. Right, Cola, that's a wrong answer. So you pressure on to get the next two correct. But the Russian mountains have finally been laid to rest. And let's pick you your own category. Late nights instead of texting girls. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, back to the category board. Phone Jacker by Lewis T1. It's Otley, the town in Yorkshire by Lupine. And the TV was still on by Naughty Goth. Swap is available to you. Can we have another Russian Mountains pack, please, Clive? And the fourth new category. Famous collabs by me. What should we go for? We're getting rid of Phone Jacker, and it's to be replaced by Disney by Vertigo. Lewis is crying now. Going for famous collabs by me. So pressure on, Cola, to get the first two of these correct. Let's see how you get on with this first question on famous collabs. With which pop star did Queen famously collaborate in their hit single Under Pressure? Is it George Michael, Mick Jagger, or David Bowie? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer was, of course, Bowie, Queen Bowie, Under Pressure. Bang, bang. DG, AD. Yes, I think, who was it? Was it Bowie and Mick Jagger teamed up for Dancing in the Streets? George Michael has probably done, well, he did Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, which was also camp. Under Pressure wasn't that camp. Why are you clawing at the door? Is Anya home? Oh, you just want the fly. No drama there for you, Cola. You've got your first spotlight point on the board. Pressure is still on to get this next one right, so let's see what you think of it. Question number 2 on famous collabs. In 1996, Walker's Crisps collaborated with which film series by releasing a limited edition collection of Tazos to celebrate the series' re-release? Was it Star Wars, Back to the Future, or Indiana Jones? 10 seconds. Number of different ins to that question. The correct answer, was Star Wars. It was the original trilogy that was re-released in 1997, 2 years prior to the first of the prequels, The Phantom Menace, being released in 1999. And yeah, Tazos, I was obsessed with these things. Yeah, I remember Tazos solid. I was obsessed with Tazos. They were very similar to Pogs. They were. Pog. Yeah. Pogs, I think, were more sort of cardboardy. The Tazos were made out of a sort of a reinforced plastic. And you got them inside crisp packets. When they used to put things inside the crisps. There was a campaign. They used to give away fivers in crisp packets. You could open up a packet of crisps and win a fiver. I remember that was a thing. But for the most part, it was Tazos and Walker's crisps. And then the limited edition ones could only be found in Doritos. So yeah, those were the days. Oh, things getting toys and souvenirs out of crisp packets and cereal boxes. That's the highlights of my childhood a little bit. You still got yours, so they're probably worth a few quid these days, so I'd give a little look on eBay, I would. No drama for Cola there, getting Star Wars the correct answer, and you've taken the pressure off, so the next question is free. Let's take a look at our third question on famous collabs. Of the 3 films for which screenwriter Aaron Sorkin and director David Fincher collaborated, which was released first? Was it The Social Network, Steve Jobs, or Moneyball? 10 seconds. And that is time. The correct answer was The Social Network. It's the right answer for Cola. Yeah, 2010 was The Social Network. Moneyball 2011 and Steve Jobs 2015. Steve Jobs starring Fassbender as Steve Jobs, Michael Fassbender. Moneyball, I think that was Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill, I think. Or am I mixing it up with something else that had Sandra Bullock in it? Something. I think it was Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill. Social Network, obviously Jesse Eisenberg, Justin Timberlake, Andrew Garfield, the story of the inception of Facebook, and it remains one of the finest pieces of cinema ever made, in my opinion. The Social Network is one of my favourite films, probably in my top 5. I would highly recommend it if you haven't seen it already. Sorry, there's a fly in here. Get out from under the desk. Out. That's up. Oh, are you being a fusspot? Come on then. Come on then. You gonna come and co-host with me? Doggy co-host. No drama for you there, Cola. 3 out of 3 on famous collabs. Good effort. And you're up to 3 points in the spotlight. Let's reset that question and go back to the category board. You've got Disney by Vertigo. It's Otley, the town in Yorkshire, by Lupine. And the TV was still on by Naughty Goth. You have got a swap available if you don't like any of them. And one new category for you. Not the quiz. It's In My Eyes by Stimson's Angle. If you get that reference. Oh, you don't have a swap available, actually. I was lying, because you swapped phone jacker. Yeah, sorry, I've just remembered that. My bad. So, no swap available. We're going for It's Otley, the town in Yorkshire, by Lupine. Lupine, you've gone blue, which means you won't be able to answer this one. But you will get some pennies and 3 free points. So, no pressure on the first one, but you must get 2 out of 3 of these, Cola. It's Otley, the town in Yorkshire, by the Lupine one. And here's your first question. Otley is a town in Yorkshire, but which part of Yorkshire? Is it West Yorkshire, East Riding of Yorkshire, or South Yorkshire? 10 seconds. Doggy co-host. Doggy co-host. Oh. Happy doggy co-host. The correct answer. West Yorkshire. West Yorkshire is what we wanted there. Not the right answer on that one, Cola. Bad luck. So pressure is now on. You must get the next 2 questions correct if you want to stay in the spotlight. Let's take a look at our second question on Otley. Tip before I go to bed, the next Bristol International Balloon Fiesta in 2 weeks, Friday the 8th to Sunday the 10th of August. And there's no game night that weekend either, so all of you all could go if you're local. I'm up in the Midlands up in Staffordshire doing the Burton 10k that weekend, so I won't be able to make it myself. But note from HUDs, there's no game night, go to the Balloon Festival in Bristol. Question 2. There's a great cafe near Otley bus station that does lovely topped pancakes, including the Wimbledon, which is aptly topped with which fruit, along with whipped cream and chocolate sauce? Is it bananas, peaches, or strawberries? 10 seconds. Also,
Fruity, 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 fruity.
another fruity question for us, and the correct answer is, of course, strawberries. Strawberries, yes. There's also a pineapple on the top of the Wimbledon trophy for reasons best known to somebody else. But strawberries is the right answer. Cola relieving a little bit of pressure, but that pressure is still there. Must get this question right if you want to stay in the spotlight. Did you get in? No? Okay. Question number 3 on Otley. When in Otley, be sure to visit Titty Bottle Park on the south bank of which river, which passes to the north of the town centre? Is it the River Aire, the River Wharfe, or the River Ouse? 10 seconds. I've only actually heard of one of those, and it's the answer that Cola went for. River Ouse, is that the right answer? Alas, not. It's the River Wharfe, or the River Wharfe, possibly. Visit Titty Bottle Park, and Vertigo just go for Titty Bottle. Blinded by the CBT roller coaster, blinded by the spotlight, and Belfast is the new Edinburgh. I don't think it is. Cola, your luck has run out. Just 4 questions correct in the spotlight this occasion. It's not going to be enough to get into the final, so advantage still with Fluffy Bunny, who breathes a small sigh of relief, whilst also being, I'm sure, very sad that Cola has been ejected from the spotlight. Not to be on this occasion, but thank you for playing, and you've been ejected from the spotlight. So Fluffy is still with the lead with 5. We've got to put another player into the spotlight. We're halfway through. We've had 3 questions in 5 categories. Another 5 to go, because yes, I've added that to the thing now. Let's put another player in the spotlight. Just gonna Eno. I think that's a run. Press the button to let us know you're still here. Welcome, welcome. You are chasing 5. Can you do it? Let's find out. 4 categories for you to pick from, and you've got to swap back in place if you don't like any of them. Let's see what we've got. Disney by Vertigo, and the TV was still on by Naughty Goth. Not the quiz, not the quiz. It's in my eyes by Simpsons Angle, or one new category coming back around, and this is what happens when you don't have many categories. Phone Jacker by Lewis T1. Swap if you don't like any of them, or pick a category to play. Swapping Phone Jacket again. Replaced by Chelsea Sully Sullenberger by Samster Samster. We're going for And the TV Was Still On by Naughty Goth. Goth up there in the top left. You won't be able to answer any of these because they're your own questions, but you'll get 500 pennies and 3 in-game points. Remember, you must get 2 out of 3 right a run to stay in the spotlight. Let's take a look at our first question on And the TV Was Still On. I like Phone Jacker. Wayfly. In 1996, 21-year-old Ricardo Lopez took his own life with his back to the TV as a cover song by which babyface singer played in the background, with whom he had developed an obsessive fixation on, ultimately leading to his downfall. Was it Bjork, Kim Wilde, or Leif Garrett? 10 seconds. The correct answer. Yes, keep it light. This round is a little heavy, I will say. Yeah, it's just what I meant when I said Naughty Goth. I was just suggesting Naughty Goth. We might, moving forward, just slightly curtail question length because it's a little bit long for this format, but that's why I gave you a bit more time to read it. Bjork was the answer. Originally from Uruguay, raised in the United States, became infamous for his obsession over Icelandic singer Bjork. I've got quite a lot of notes here, which I'm not going to go into because it's all a bit dark and dreary. But Kim Wilde is recognised as the most charted British female solo artist of the 80s. Leif Garrett was a popular teen idol and child actor. Well done if you got that one right. Let's move on to the next question on And the TV Was Still On. Legendary comedian and puppeteer Rod Hull met his fate in 1999 when he fell from the roof of his home while adjusting the TV antenna during half-time in the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final. Tragically, he never lived to find out that the match for his beloved Manchester United ended in a defeat, victory, or draw. 10 seconds. Yeah, just on the whole, we're not allowed to say the word murder or suicide or death or kill or anything like that. I don't subscribe to this. I think it's a bit ridiculous when there's YouTube shorts where people actually filter out the word. They put an asterisk on it like it's a swear word, which I don't subscribe to. This sort of slightly Gen Z mentality, Gen Z, Gen Alpha of making words that might be slightly triggering. The thing, it's just a word. My feeling is, come to peace with it. I get there are sensitive topics that can be raised, but words in and of themselves, I don't feel are sensitive topics. That's my view. So unless there is active, swearing or incitement to racial hatred or anything like that, then I'm generally quite comfortable with letting stuff go because it's quiz, isn't it? So, tragically, he never lived to find out that the match for his beloved Manchester United ended in a draw. It was a 1-1 draw, with Man United going on to win that year's championships, defeating Bayern Munich 2-1 in the final. Trickier questions there. Pressure onto a run now. You must get this last one right if you want to stay in the spotlight. Let's take a look. Joyce Vincent, a London woman whose decomposed body was discovered in January 2006, had still been sitting in front of her BBC One tuned TV for just over 2 years, meaning her television never broadcast which programme during that period. Was it Accidents Can Happen, In Denial of Murder, or Planet Earth? Which one of those would not have been aired in that time? 10 seconds. Oh, ironic answers. You wrote them, Naughty Goth. The correct answer was Planet Earth. Yes, so Accidents Can Happen around 2004 to 2006. In Denial of Murder was broadcast early 2004, but not the original Planet Earth, the acclaimed nature documentary narrated by David Attenborough, which aired in March 2006, and she was discovered in January 2006. So, slightly heavy around there, but a run survives it, and very well done if you got some points out of it. Pressure is still going to be on going into the next question here, Arun, because you've got to avoid getting 2 out of 3 incorrect, but you've got a brand new choice of category. Let's go to the board. You've got Disney by Vertigo, Not the Quiz, It's in My Eyes by Stinton's Angle, Chelsea, Sully, Sullenberger by Samster, No Swap Available, and your final category. It ain't much, but it's Honest Work by Naughty Goth again. We're going for Chelsea, Sully, Sullenberger by Samster. 500 pennies and 3 free points to you, Sam. Is it 500 pennies or 100 pennies? I can't remember. Might be 100 pennies. But yes, you've got to get 2 out of 3 a run. So 3 questions on the subject of Chelsea, Sully, Sullenberger by Sam. Oh, Chesley. Yes, so it is. My bad. The pilot Chesley Sully Sullenberger is best known for landing a plane on which body of water after both of its engines failed? Is it the Suez Canal, the English Channel, or the Hudson Bay? 10 seconds. Yeah, sorry, I've just caught it now. No, I mean, if it's something like that where I'm just going on autopilot, that's kind of fine. Because that's quite a funny thing to say, Chelsea, Sully, Sullenberger. Yeah, it's if there's like a relatively rarefied, obscure word that we're, yeah. Right, the correct answer, Hudson Bay. Sully Miracle on the Hudson is something you might have heard of, something I'd heard of. No further notes on that one. I'm not going to say any more from memory, just in case I end up giving away another question. You got that one right, Arun, well played. So pressure is off for this next question. You're up to 3 correct answers. Let's take a look at question 2. On his TV show The Rehearsal, Nathan Fielder speculates that during the 23 seconds that Sully does not talk preceding his landing on the Hudson, he was actually listening to the 23 seconds long chorus of which new metal song, as he mentioned its band in his book? Was it Rollin' by Limp Bizkit, Bring Me to Life by Evanescence, or Numb by Linkin Park? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Tricky one. Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. Great song though. Wake me up inside, wake me up and save me. Love that song. Not Numb, not Rollin', but Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. Arun getting that one incorrect. Just went for the best song of the 3 there. I mean, they're all pretty good, to be fair. Pressure on Arun again. Must get the next 2 correct, including the last one on this Sully category. Let's take a look at it. As well as being played on TV by Nathan Fielder, Sully has also been played on the big screen by Tom Hanks. Which of these other real-life figures has not been played on film by Tom Hanks? Has not been played by Tom Hanks. Walt Disney, Jim Henson, Mr. Rogers. 10 seconds. How much you love a film question, Arun? And that's time. The correct answer. Jim Henson. Very well played, Arun. Most players getting that one right. Yeah, he played Disney in Saving Mr. Banks and Mr. Rogers in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. But he's never played Jim Henson on screen. Very well done if you got that one right. Arun, you're up to 4. You've matched Cola's effort. You're 1 away from matching Fluffy's effort. And you've got a choice of a new category. No swap available. Let's take a look at the board. Disney by Vertigo. Not the quiz, not the quiz. It's in My Eyes by Stimson's Angle. It Ain't Much But It's Honest Work by Naughty Goth. And 1 new category. The many collabs of Royal Flush and HUD 601 by Royal Flush. Slightly meta category granted, but this was written for the previous game of Spotlight when it was Flush HUD things. Disney by Vertigo. Mr. Vertigo, you won't be able to answer these questions. That's why you've gone blue. But we'll give you, I think it's 100 pennies. I was saying 500 before. I think it's actually 100. And 3 free points. Pressure on Arun to get this first one. First 2 correct. No, the first one you've got to get right. Second one will be free if you do get the first one right. Well, let's take a look at our first question on Disney by Vertigo. What was the first animated film to be nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars? Was it Beauty and the Beast, Up, or Toy Story 3? 10 seconds. Time. The correct answer was Beauty and the Beast. 1991 films for 1992 Oscars, I think. And that was the year The Silence of the Lambs won the Big 5, I think. Won Best Picture Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Director, Best Actor, and Best Actress, I think. So yeah, it was the first time Beauty and the Beast had been, the first time a cartoon had been up for Best Picture, which doesn't tend to happen anymore because I think you've now got Best Animated Feature, although there have been a couple of animations recently, in recent memory, that probably should have been up for Best Picture, but anyway, there we go. Beauty and the Beast is the right answer. 6th Academy Awards in 1992. Up was also nominated at the 82nd Academy Awards in 2010, and Toy Story 3 at the 83rd Academy Awards in 2011, but Beauty and the Beast was the third. Yes, thank you, Vertigo. I've got your notes. I've got your notes here. I can very capable of reading them out if I remember to roll over the answers. You're all good, but thank you all the same. Don't worry about it. On we go. Pressure off a little bit here, a run. You can afford to get this one wrong. Let's take a look at your second Disney question. What was Walt Disney's middle name? Was it Edward, Eugene, or Elias? 10 seconds. Time. To take the lead, the correct answer is indeed doing the panda, Elias or Elias, and that's 6 correct answers in the spotlight, which means a run. You are, I think, guaranteed into the. Well, no, because you can. Yes, you are, because you're going to you're guaranteed to see at least 2 more questions, and there's only 2 more categories after this one. So yes, guaranteed into the final now. So very well played. Let's see how long you can stay in the spotlight for. Elias was the right answer. Let's have one more Disney question. Take a look at this. In May 2025, it was announced that Disney will be opening a brand new theme park resort in which city? Was it Shanghai, Abu Dhabi, or Hong Kong? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Abu Dhabi. That's a wrong step there by a run who went for Shanghai. No, Shanghai exists. Was founded in 2016. Hong Kong was founded in 2005. Abu Dhabi has just been announced. So incorrect answer. So pressure slightly on in a way, but because there's only 6 questions left and you've already got 6 points in the spotlight and you're going to get at least one of them, you're guaranteed into the final at this point. But let's see how much longer we can keep you in the spotlight, and let's start that process by picking the next category. Not the quiz, not the quiz. It's In My Eyes by Simpsons Angle. I'll never get tired of saying that. It Ain't Much But It's Honest Work by Naughty Goth. The Many Collabs of Royal Flush and HUD 601 by me. Or And to Deck Shows by Vertigo. No hesitation there. Vertigo's second pack going in. Both of these were going into the game about 2 hours before stream started. And 2 out of 3 of Vertigo's packs have just been picked. Let's take a look at our first question on Ant and Dec shows. What was the name of the teen drama where Ant and Dec first met each other? Is it Children's Ward, Grange Hill, or Biker Grove? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer? Biker Grove. Ant's character PJ, who's a PJ and Duncan, as they were in that show, famously got blinded in a paintballing accident, which brought the famous line, "He can't see, man." I can't do a Geordie accent, so forgive me. I much prefer Grange Hill growing up. More interesting storylines and a better theme tune, frankly. But Biker Grove was the right answer. No problem for a run there. Pressure's still on. You must get this one right to stay in the spotlight. It really wasn't. You can't see, man. Biker Grove. You say Biker Grove. And ferns make a canny noise like. No, I'm not going to continue my Geordie accent. Let's go on to the next question on Ant and Dec shows. Southern Boys. I'm technically from the Midlands, to be fair. I'm from Staffordshire, but yeah, I know. I'll do a good impression of being Southern. Next question. Which of these is not one of the lifelines used in Ant and Dec's Limitless Win? Is it range, Switch. Or odd or even. 10 seconds. Time. Correct answer is switch. Switch is used in some territories of Who Was to Be a Millionaire, but is not used in Limitless Win. Range and odd or even both are. No problem for Arun. Pressure is now off. You are going to get to pick the final category of the game. What are you doing under there? Get out. Get out at once. Oh, you're such a... Fine. You know what? Out the office, because you're being a twat. Go on. Fuck off. Right. Sorry, dog's annoying me. I cannot see. I've been blinded by the spotlight. Very good. Final question on Ant and Deck shows. Let's take a look. In SMTV Live, what was the name of the sketch that parodied the sitcom Friends? Was it Chums, Mates, or Buddies? 10 seconds. I like this question a lot. Time. Correct answer. It was Chums. Chums. I've got no more information. SMTV Live is such a long time ago. I remember they had the one they had the Pikachu jumpers that they used to stroke and go Pikachu. I remember that. I remember Pokemon being on it. Was it Cat Dealey? Was it Cat Dealey or Holly Willoughby? Poker rap. Ant Deck and Cat Snog interruptions. It's going. Wonky Donkey. I remember Wonky Donkey. It was like a kid's version of Noel's House Party, sort of, wasn't it? But it was like spiritual successor to Live and Kicking, which is going way back. But Live and Kicking has got one of the best theme tunes ever written. I maintain that to this day. Live and Kicking has an exceptional theme tune that ticks the box it was supposed to. Bobby Seagull core. Anyway, no drama there from Arun. 3 out of 3 in Ant and Deck shows. And you are 9 questions into the spotlight. We've got 1 category to go, so you could finish on 12 questions in the spotlight, which would be really good. Or you could get eliminated before that, or you could not quite get 12. If you put 1 player in the spotlight for 1 question, it could happen. But let's pick your final category of the game. Doing their thing a good 5 years before us. Yeah, I know, because they're like spiritual successor though, wasn't it? Anyway, your options. Not the quiz. It's In My Eyes by Stimpson's Engel. It Ain't Much, But It's Honest Work by Naughty Goth. The Many Collabs of Royal Flush and HUD 601 by me. Or new category, Countries That Change Their Name by Topper One Gaming. What are we going for? We're going for Not the Quiz. It's In My Eyes by Stimpson's Angle, aka Dr. Pepper over there on the right. So 3 questions on this, 100 pennies to you and 3 free points, Stimpson. Let's take a look and you'll see where this is going. Yeah, I need to write more packs. Yeah, I need to write some more. It's always fun having your pack get picked. Let's take a look at our first question on Not the Quiz. It's In My Eyes. Nicolas Cage makes an uncredited CGI cameo as which DC superhero in 2023's The Flash? Is it Spider-Man, Superman, or Ghost Rider? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer was Superman, and the fact that most people got that one wrong is a testament to how few people actually saw that film. Yeah, before it was scrapped, Cage was cast as Superman in Tim Burton's late 90s Superman Lives movie, with Cage due to portray a darker version of the hero. In 2023's The Flash, this version of the character makes a brief CGI appearance. Cage has also portrayed Ghost Rider and Spider-Man, but these are Marvel heroes, not DC. So I'll say pressure on. Pressure's not really on because you know you're into the final and that's in 2 questions time. But let's take a look at the next question. Before adopting Cage as a screen name, under what name was Nicolas Cage credited? Was it Nicholas Capaldi, Nicholas Coppola, or Nicholas Costello? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Nicholas Coppola is the answer because, of course, he is the nephew of acclaimed film director Francis Ford Coppola. He adopted the name Cage after his first film role, wanting to assure himself that any success he may have was due to his own merits and not his uncle's fame. So I didn't know this was a Nicolas Cage fan when I picked it. Yeah, so the category name is a reference to Nicolas Cage being basically an omelette with the amount of ham and cheese he puts into his performance in The Wicker Man. And there's a scene where he gets a beehive put on his head and he goes, "Oh no, not the bees! Not the bees! Oh, they're in my eyes! Ah!" And it's very memeable. And quite funny. So yeah, not the bees, but yeah, not the quiz. So that was your Nicolas Cage is a Russian mountain. Yes, he is. Like it. Thank you, Shapes. So yeah, Nicolas Coppola was the answer, and Arun is going to get the final question. Let's take a look. Nicolas Cage formerly owned a castle close to which British city? Is it Swansea, Bath, or Truro? 10 seconds. The correct answer. No! A run going for Truro. No, it's in Bath. And Cage sold the club which was shaped, clubs shaped, as in it's shaped like a club from a pack of cards. It was called Midford Castle, and he sold it in 2009, and I think it's a gym now. That's what I discovered during my proofing earlier on. But 9 questions is going to be enough to get you into the final room, because that was the last question of Pack 10. But because you've got 2 out of 3 incorrect, we do still have to eliminate you from the spotlight. And I'm glad my logic works for this relative edge case, where I now I don't have to put a new player in the spotlight, because that was the last question. But it does mean we don't have the klaxon to say it's the end of the game because a player went out at the same time. Yes, gym. It became a gym. It's a fitness centre, I think now, Midford Castle. So, it's time to initiate the final, and our player in the spotlight is going to be... It's going to be a run. Press the button and come right back in. So, 10 questions for you, Arun, 1 from each of the categories that we've seen over the course of the game. Just to check in with the leaderboard, the Spotlight leaderboard, it's Ollie and Stilgar are tied at the top with 9 out of 10. Nobody has managed to do a 10 out of 10. Stilgar did manage to get 3 out of 4, so again, well, 75% I suppose that is. But yeah, 9 is the top of the leaderboard on a full game. And we've got Vertigo and Lupine, who both managed to get 8. Nando, Samster and Connors all managed to get 7. Brig and JR got 6. ABME got 5. Cola got 4. So, could you be the first to get 10 out of 10 in the final? Very best of luck to you. Here is your first question. Spotlight knowledge by a bit of everybody. Oh, incidentally, authors... You can answer these questions. You don't get free points, though. So if it comes up and you can remember your question, great, that's a free point, but you don't get them automatically given, but you can answer, just to let you know. Here's your first question. Bristol by HUD601. 2025's Bristol's annual Pride Parade March took place on Saturday the 12th of July. Approximately how many people attended the 2024 march, last year's? 2,000, 200,000, or 20,000? Order and magnitude question, 10 seconds. Bristol Pride 2024. Time. The correct answer. 20,000 people, correct order of magnitude gone for there. 40,000 people attended the Pride Festival at the Downs afterwards, making it one of the largest Pride events in the UK. Very well done there. A run. There's one. Question 2. Straight on to Pride by Royal Flush. 1 year on from the Stonewall Uprising, the first Pride parades were held in 3 cities. In which country? Canada, USA, or UK? 10 seconds. No, Bristol is not a country. Time. The correct answer is the USA. It's the right answer from a run. Very well played. Yeah, the Stonewall Uprising took place in Greenwich, which is obviously in London, which is in the UK, on June 28th, 1969. Despite these taking place in the UK didn't get its first Pride Parade until 3 years later. It was held in London on the 1st of July, 1972. Canada's first Pride Parade was held in Vancouver on the 30th of June, 1978. But the very first one was New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago, June 28th, 1970. 2 years before the first one in the UK. Very well played there. 2 for 2. Here's your next question. Russian Mountains by Clive a Legend. Which of these coasters would you find in the Reedy Creek Improvement District? Oblivion, Millennium Force, Space Mountain. 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Space Mountain. A run going for Millennium Force, and it's the first wrong step in the final. It's not going to be a perfect game, but you can still equal the top of the leaderboard, but the Russian Mountains have beaten you there. A run. Bad luck. Let's go on to the next question. Famous Collabs by Royal Flush. 11 of 10. Okay, that's incorrect. Which tennis legend was Andy Murray's coach when he won Olympic gold in 2012 and Wimbledon in 2013? Was it Pete Sampras, Bjorn Borg, or Ivan Lendl? 10 seconds. Sorry, I'm just making a note for myself. Category 11 out of 10 in Spotlight, final in Operator. How do you spell that? No, Spoglight. Spotlight. Okay. Which tennis legend was Andy Murray's coach when he won Olympic gold in 2012 and Wimbledon in 2013? Pete Sampras, Bjorn Borg, or Ivan Lendl? Correct answer was Ivan Lendl. He lost the 2012 Wimbledon final to Roger Federer in 4 sets, but he did win it the following year. So he got Olympic gold, but lost Wimbledon that year, but did get Olympic gold that year at London 2012, and finally went on to win Wimbledon for the first time in 2013, when he was being coached by Ivan Lendl. That's 3 out of 4 there, a run. You're doing well. Let's keep it going as we go on to the next question. It's Otley, the town in Yorkshire by Lupine. Which letter can precede Otley to form the characteristic dress of a court jester? M, N, or B? 10 seconds. Time. Correct answer. M. M for Motley. Motley, Notley, Botley, and Clyde. Indeed so. M for Motley, and it's a good answer for you. Run halfway through. You've got 4 out of 5. 80% of questions. Let's keep that up as we go to question number 6. And the TV was still on by Naughty Goth. Which band's founding member was murdered along with 2 others by 3 gunmen led by one of his own associates while relaxing at home watching TV with his common-law wife? Was it Pantera, the Wailers, or the Gits? 10 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer was the Wailers. Peter Tosh, legendary Jamaican reggae musician, Bob Marley's friend, and one of the co-founders of the pioneering reggae band The Wailers, was killed on the night of September 11th, 1987 at his home in St Andrew, Jamaica. Smotley, the gown of the fool, sire. Indeed so. Bad luck on that one to run. That's another slip. 4 out of 6 now, with just 4 questions to go. Well, let's take a look at question number 7. Chesley Sully Sullenberger by Samster. Austin Garrick, the grandson of Sully and frontman of the duo Electric Youth, collaborated with the artist College to release a song inspired by his granddad's heroics. Later used as the main theme for the Ryan Gosling film Drive, what was the title of this song? Was it No More Heroes, A Real Hero, or Holding Out for a Hero? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. A Real Hero is the answer. Holding Out for a Hero is, of course, Bonnie Tyler, used in Shrek 2, amongst other things, probably. No More Heroes is The Stranglers. A Real Hero was College. Very well done if you got that, including a run. So we're now on, what's that, 5 out of 7, I believe. 3 questions to go. We're still chasing 8. Let's see what we do with this question. Disney by Vertigo. Before creating Mickey Mouse, Walt Disney created a character called Oswald the Lucky what? Rabbit, cat, or horse? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, who has more than a passing resemblance to Mickey Mouse. Yeah, it's Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. No problem for a run there. 6 out of 8. Still on for 8 out of 10 with 2 questions left. Let's take a look at question 9. And to deck shows by Vertigo. Which of these Britain's Got Talent acts won their respective series most recently? Lost Voice Guy, Vigo Venn, or John Courtney? 10 seconds. I didn't know this show was still going, but apparently it is, and the correct answer is Vigo Venn, who won in 2023. John Courtney won in 2020, and Lost Voice Guy won in 2018. All of them won £250,000. Yes, very well done. A run. 7 out of 9. Can we make it up to 8? With words for drawing Venn diagrams. That's all he did. One more question. Let's take a look at the final question of the night. Not the quiz, not the quiz. It's in my eyes by Stimson's Angle. In 2021, Nicolas Cage hosted a Netflix documentary series on the history of what? Vampires, the Holy Grail, or swear words? 10 seconds. Oh, did you take part, Woolly-Bag? Nice. And the correct answer, swear words. Vampires is up there because Cage has had to deny on numerous occasions that he's a vampire. Holy Grail, Cage has been conducting his own quest for the Holy Grail. Trigger warning, I suppose, here, because I'm going to give you the episode titles, because it was a documentary on swear words, and the 6 episodes were titled Fuck, Shit, Bitch, Dick, Pussy, and Damn, as censored by Netflix. Hope this question airs after The Watershed, and yes, it is 11, so it's fine. But yes, they were censored F***K, SH*T, Bitch, D**K, PU**Y, and Damn, DAMN. So yeah, some of them they starred out, and some of them they didn't. But there we go. And that is question 10. And at the end of that, a run, you finish in the spotlight with 7 out of 10. So you went for the Holy Grail. I was expecting you to have 8, but you went for the Holy Grail on that last question. So you finish with 7 out of 10. Very well done to you indeed, and that will be a place on the leaderboard for you. And I think you get some bonus pennies as well, over and above what everyone else gets as well. Speaking of what everyone else gets, let's take a look at the final leaderboard. We've got a gold for Michael, a silver for Matt, and a bronze for Liquidus Grace. Who I don't know who that is. I guess is that Naughty Goth? Might be Naughty Goth. Solomon and Sam on 30. Ralph and Silver Electron on 29. Proogs on 27. Oh No on 26, as is Vertigo. Tigo and Just Gonna Know on, which is a run, and Cola and Topper and Clive all on 25. Shapes on 24. Woollyback and Colin and SJ and Fluffy Bunny on 23. Flyboy and JR on 22. Stimson's Angle and AB Me and CJ on 20. Marcini 17. Maxio 15. And Pick Me I Dare You on 13. So pretty close scores actually on that top row. Just a handful of questions between like first and what, 5th or 6th. So yeah, GG's everybody. Pennies have been written to the bank. I'll update those a bit later on the website and post links to the new stuff. Good stream. Yeah, it has been good tonight. It's been some good stuff to get through. Yeah, so sorry I felt slightly lethargic at the beginning because I did a big run yesterday. And it's, because I've been doing all the back end stuff, feel like I've been slightly flying by the seat of my pants tonight. But it has been an enormous amount of fun. I need to pick a raid message. I need to pick a raid target. I haven't got as many raid messages tonight, so I'm going to pick one of those in just a minute. But congratulations to a run for your new place on the leaderboard. That'll get you joint 3rd on the leaderboard. Congratulations to our medalists as well. I'll see you on the big cam just to wrap up stream in a few minutes' time. But thank you all for playing Spotlight. Thank you to all the authors. I hope you've had fun. And I'll see you in just a couple of minutes' time. And that is the 3rd time in 3 streams I've pressed that button. For God's sake, I need to stop doing that. I must have run those Spotlight credits when I did the rebuild like 4 or 5 times with different numbers of authors to try and see why it wasn't centralizing on the graphics. And because it was every time. And I'm now wondering if I may be adding in 1 or 2 lines too many, because those credits are code generated. They're not hard code. Most of them are hard coded, but the authors are dynamically generated depending on whose packs get picked. I think, yeah, that's because it's still on the to-do list because I couldn't repro it. So I'm wondering if, yeah, something else is going on there. But I will look into that. Right, time to pick a raid message. Quite like that. Right, not quite as many tonight. ChatGQPT. Stream was so nice it was introed thrice. Sea of Yellow, ew. I quite like that one. Quite like that one. I like that one. And I'm going to have to give it to the one that came in first. That could be a winner. That's also good. Waiting for the one moment Ben's... What? One Ben's sides go into his teeth. That is not a sideburn. That is a side... Oh, hang on. Which side are we showing? That is a sideburn. This is attached to my head, not my face. But yes, one day it will go into my teeth. But so I don't start time. It's because I've got this bloody fan running, because it goes to a million billion degrees in here. Anyway, sideburn burn. No more bets. No more bets, please. Right. It's attached to my head, not my face. No, not going to be that one. Right. Points to Echo Arse. Points to Ben Boozled. Points to Ivan the Terrible Tennis Coach. I really like that one. So pennies going out. Pity pennies going out to those guys. One to JR. Visit Titty Bottle Park. And I think it's going to be that one, Michael. Bristol is not a country. Gang, that is going to be everything for tonight. It's been a slightly longer stream, as is often the way when we don't have a warm-up game, but I hope you have had fun with PAX tonight. Thanks again to JR for Cryptex, to Lingo for Red Herrings, and to all the authors who contributed to Spotlight, to Lewis as well for proofing Cryptex. Very grateful. I'm going to be back on Saturday. Crossfire, Bidding War, and The Escape Artist by Clive, Naughtygoth, and Oni, respectively. I'm here next Thursday, if you're just here in the week, for Distinction, Danger Zone, and The Abyss. The raid message is going to Shapes this week. Nicolas Cage is a Russian mountain. Why is he climbing the mountain? Let's pick a raid target. I think we haven't raided Flage for a while, so I think it's going to be time to give Flage a raid. What's he playing? What is he playing? GTA 3 Frosted Winter Beta. Looks fun. JB's doing Pokemon Fire Red. We've done a couple of JB raids recently, though I do like a bit of Pokemon. I can give it to Flage, because we gave it to JB last week. So I think we're going to go and raid Flage in Lounge, doing some GTA 3 stuff. Like I said, I'm going to be back on Saturday. I'm going to go do the pack down. I'll publish links to New Penny Bank once that's done, and the VOD channel once that's completely done as well, and they're up on the website. That'll be hopefully make things a bit easier access. I've got a few notes and things I need to merge into the into my to-do list, including one or two things coming out of tonight and updated links and things. But yeah, it's a never-ending thing, but I hope you've all had fun. I live to serve. Thanks again to all the writers and the proofing team, to all the admins and the moderation staff, and to all of you for coming out to join me this Thursday evening. Again, I hope you've had a wonderful time. I'm going to be back on Saturday, same time, same place, twitch.tv/Royal_Flush at 8 PM BST. Until then, let's go and raid Flagin Lounge and say Nicolas Cage is a Russian mountain. Until next time, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe. And as always, take care, peace out, and good night.
Rinse and repeat forever.